A girl so underestimated. My ex could never get me faded. I hyped him up cause I'm a good, oh so good girl, but he could never put it down. Now my new man says I'm perfect, body, priceless, drama, I'm worth it. So I claimed him, he wifed it. Now we kick back, watch anime, ain't no love like an anime. When I see him, I don't fuck around. Hit him with my sexy jutsu, show you why I'm the only one for you. Shadow clone me in the worst way, oh baby. Love me like the world's about to end, oh, then just swing my way.
Yes. If y'all were listening to those tunes, obviously those are the sweet, sweet sounds of our special guest that we will get into here in just a moment. All right. Get you down on my end because we don't need any echoes going on in here. All right. Welcome to the podcast is real. I am your host, King Drown. That's how it always is. Mr. Cosplayer, Mr. Content Creator, Mr. Millie. Yes, I actually say that about myself these days. Mr. Millie, because you know what it is. And obviously, as always, I got my brother from another mother here. The man that's always you can find on the dance floor just getting it in. Because, you know, if there's a circle around here, it's probably in the middle of it. Goes nowhere without his Jamaican flag. My brother, the king of New York, Mr. Jasiri!
You already know the vibe outside.
But you know what? It's not about me, not about him, because we're representing a lot of areas. We got New York in the building. We got Tennessee in the building.
We got the DMV, DC, Maryland in the house.
Yes, we also got Maryland in the building. But not just anybody from Maryland. You have probably heard this girl's music before. You may have even seen her performing live on national television. You may have seen her on stage at Plus Ultra. You may have even seen her in those fire cosplays. But more importantly, you have seen her making incredible music. I am talking about singer, songwriter, superhero, Roquois.
That was such a nice intro.
I definitely appreciate it. You know, my nephew normally does them. He's not here. He'll be here later. He normally does the intros, but you know what? I'm willing to fill in anywhere I can. Again, everybody,
never known.
Welcome to the podcast is real. So, Roquois, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm feeling good today. I was a little under the weather post BlurCon, but I'm feeling a lot better today. So if I sound a little off, it's just the weather.
Nah, you're perfectly fine. Weather, post-con, sickness, all this stuff that always happens. And trust me, we will get to BlurCon here in a little bit. King of New York, how you doing tonight?
Man, you already know the vibes. It's very lit. Had a very energetic afternoon. You know what I mean? So much so that, you know, I'm a little tired. But for the energy, you know, you got to bring it to the podcast, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got to save what little energy you have left at the end of the day for Thursday nights. By the way, what's that shirt you got on?
Oh, so right here, you know, I got my favorite race. I mean, one of my favorite sorcerers. You know what I mean? So, you know, Ghetto. Feel me?
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Vegas.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That one definitely. You know, me, it's no big deal. I just got my Air Nomad shirt on.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Representing the Air Nomads out here. You know, got the aim going on over here.
Listen, we need that. The world needs to see that.
I know, and even though our lovely guest already said backstage that she couldn't get quite dressed up the way that she wanted to dress up, that does not mean that she is not looking very stylish right now. Look at her.
Thanks. Look, I'll show y'all the Plus Ultra drip. in a second. But yeah, I just came back from an event celebrating women and women's history with the mayor of DC. So I had to, go represent and show out a little bit, but I'm not in all of my anime gear that I'm usually wearing, but I'm excited just to be here and I got clothes on.
Well, we would hope you have clothes on. This isn't that type of podcast. YouTube friendly over here.
I love it. You guys are fun.
Nah, maybe we'll do podcasts with real after hours one of these days. But no, I've actually had a pretty eventful day as well. As anyone that happened to see my Instagram story.
I take that back.
Uh-oh.
Got my Plus Ultra drip.
Ultra.
Black, authentic, 100% leather.
As you should.
It's too hot in here, but we're in the studio right now, so pink and black all day.
And it's also, about to be like 80 degrees every day. But it is still stylish, and you can get it now and wear it for next winter.
Look, I can't wait. I need the weather to warm up now.
Yeah, what's going on, Tyrell? Shout out in the chat.
Yo, the Coretta. Agrees.
No, but what I was saying was I've actually had a pretty productive day because, aside from our live podcast this season, we're also going to be doing bonus episodes because sometimes people are just so ridiculously busy. They're not always going to be able to have time to sit with us live. So we might have to just pre-record them and get them at separate times. And I just pre-recorded a podcast myself with a special guest earlier today. So technically, this is my second podcast today for the podcast is real.
Busy.
Yes, the one earlier will be out at a later date to be continued, to be determined. Y'all just have to pay attention to all of our stuff for that. Everywhere that we are at The Podcast is Real on all platforms, including right here on YouTube at The Podcast on Real. Make sure you subscribe. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can finally start getting paid, guys. I'm not afraid to say it.
Right subscribe. Help them get to 1K. I got 2 accounts. I'm gonna subscribe to them too to try to help. I know my whole crew. I'll make sure my whole crew subscribes. So any little bit helps.
Yes, and little by little, this is already episode 5 of season 3. This is our first season on YouTube. We have over 200 subscribers already, but that's not good enough. We need more, guys. Although 200 already is very, very amazing, and we definitely appreciate you guys for that. But we want to start being able to make sure that we can monetize this thing, and that way we can finally really start making way more and more and more content for you guys. Rad in the chat said, "I've been here." Trust me, Rad. We know you've been here. You were with us over there in the Twitch days in season 2. So no, we're definitely. I tell people about y'all, and we definitely appreciate that always. Definitely salute Rad. Now, I will say this, because we'll go ahead and get this rolling in. It's one thing that she held up, the Plus Ultra jacket, and the outfit she has on. By the way, I mess with that hat up there. Like, that's just, I mess with that hard.
Thank
Very
you.
Janelle Monáe of you. You like
that. I know, right? Speaking of Joelle Monáe, well, again, we'll get to BlurredCon here in just a moment. That's what we call to be continued. You got to hold on for that one a little later. But right now, we're going to go ahead and just keep her strolling through to our cosplay showcase, aka She's Got That Shit On. So what we do is I always go through accounts. I pick 4 photos that are some of my favorites, but also can best describe a lot of the stylish, whether it's cosplays or just great outfits, all of that stuff. And we display them to everybody to kind of give everyone a good example of exactly what they can expect when they deal with the lovely Roquois. So we're going to go ahead and get that going right now.
Oh, no.
Before I get this started, do you have us pulled up on a screen where you can see the YouTube?
Yeah, I'm watching it right here from my phone.
Okay, I want to make sure you can see what they see. So as we go ahead, I am going to go ahead and transfer over because, it's one thing that we call her a superhero because she also cosplayed a superhero. Oh, trust me, it's a little delayed on the phone, but you'll see it here in just a moment because I'm gonna want you to talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, it's super delayed on my phone. Hold on. Let's
I
see.
know it's you. Pretty it should have been there by now because I
Oh,
haven't put.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so my road cosplay. Um,
Yes.
yeah, you know, funny story with this one. I was having such a blast in this cosplay. This was for our Halloween events 2 years ago that I ripped the back. So look, I had on a body like a bodysuit underneath, so it was fine. But like, yeah, it ripped like right at like where my butt crack was, so it was hilarious.
Not ripped at the butt crack.
Because where the zipper is, this if anyone else has this same cosplay suit, like it is not, it's not built for like black booties. It's really not.
So basically, what she's saying is she had on the Rogue Cosplay Plumber Edition,
Yeah.
butt cracking on.
And I didn't even care. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. But yeah, Rogue is a really a great character one, but it was just a lot of fun to cosplay her, and I made my wig, so that made me feel good.
That part.
Okay.
Number one, I'm gonna have to come to some of these parties. I'm about to just start making some trips to DC. It seems like to Maryland.
You do come through, like for real, come through. I saw you started doing some dope stuff out in Nashville. Congratulations. Like, let us know if you need any support. We're happy to share. You know, we don't know who might be in the area, but like, yeah, we always love to support and share.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, the support always runs both ways. I'm gonna tackle that a little bit more once we get to a certain topic that we're gonna have a little bit later.
Uh-oh.
Why you keep going? Like what kind of a podcast do you think this is?
No, it's just funny because, like, I haven't been on like a podcast like this and like probably I don't even know. I don't do a lot of podcasts, so I kind of don't know what to expect.
Well, you
So
know what?
like I'm like, uh-oh, am I gonna get like asked some crazy question where I get to like dig deep and share some cool info? I don't know. I'm here for a
Gotcha.
good time.
The way she was acting, I was thinking she's gonna get slimed like on freaking Nickelodeon or something like that. It's like, is something gonna happen to me right
You need
now?
the slime. You need the slime.
I mean, slime would be fun. That'd be a vibe.
Yes, she slime me is gonna. Yeah, somebody's gonna have a really, really bad day. But the next one that I have up on the screen, which you will see in a minute, is a cosplay that I would say is truly outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. And if anybody doesn't get that reference, I don't know what to tell you. We can't be friends.
Hey,
Oh.
okay.
Okay, a lot of people didn't get this cosplay, which made me so sad, but like I thought I did good. I thought I did good with trying to make it recognizable, but I think the age gap was showing a little bit. Uh so
Not
this
for me.
is
My name, no one else is the same.
So do you know who this is?
We are the misfits. Our songs are better. We are the misfits. Oh, don't get me started. I watched Jim growing up. Actually,
Okay.
I was a big fan of Jim and the Holograms. I know that always seems a little crazy because some people, especially back then, it's like you really watch that girl TV. Look,
Gem is fantastic.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so they kept so someone asked if I was Ivankov from One Piece.
Yeehaw!
And I was just like, no, I'm Shayna from
Shayna.
But it was fun. I had a great time. And that is a real guitar. I just took the strings off because every time I wear it, people like to pluck the strings. So I just said, let me take them off.
And you know what? And I even understand that a lot of people, probably like 85% of anyone watching this podcast, probably would not get this cosplay. But the second I saw it, I recognized it. Jim and the Holograms don't get enough love. So I'll put this one in here for me. Y'all don't have to deal with it.
Thank you.
Why don't you explain it to them? Why don't you explain it to the people that don't?
I can explain it to the people that don't. So, you know, Jerica ended up having her own band, Gem and the Holograms, as she doubles when she puts the things on and she becomes Gem, which is her alter ego, which is cool within itself. But then they also have the rival band, the Misfits. But the really, really crazy thing about it is that her boyfriend is cheating on her with her.
Yeah. this
I'm
this
weak.
this was Hannah Montana beef well before Hannah Montana. Like, I bet you Hannah Montana had some influence from Gem and the Holograms.
But here's the difference. At least Gem and the Holograms, they used an actual hologram machine that actually transferred her to look a little different. Hannah Montana is putting on a wig.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
I compare Hannah more to Clark Kent than I do to Jerica Jim. Sorry.
Okay, true. Definitely. I see that.
Yeah, because Clark just takes off his glasses and nobody knows who he is.
I have some beef with the Clark Kent effect though, because it's just too real. Like, the second I take my glasses off, because I'm usually wearing my glasses, the second I take my glasses off, people don't know who the hell I am. I could have said hi to somebody 20 times. The second I take my glasses off or I switch my hair, it's just like, oh, what's your name again? I'm just like, oh, okay, hi, I'm Roquois. Nice to meet you for the 50th time.
Well, here's the thing about that, though. First of all, women are amazing shapeshifters when it comes to the different looks they can have. But number two, I'm willing to bet you the people that are closest to you will still recognize you right
Oh,
away.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that Lois Lane doesn't even recognize this man is criminal.
You know, how they kind of work that in there, and like, I'm okay, cool, Lois. Like, you're a man, right? Like, you don't, like, okay, cool.
That's why I liked the movie where they finally were like, yeah, this is stupid. So like Superman came to her house and she was walking, it's like Superman, and he's talking to her. And when she walked right up on him, she's like, wait, Clark? I'm like, finally.
She's just a girl.
I'm just a girl in the world.
See, like with Hannah Montana, I could get it if she put on the wig and was heavy with the makeup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no.
No, maybe she had a voice effect. You know what I mean? Maybe Hannah was not just Hannah, but she was also Hannah Montana.
As a person, and I get this too, as a person who was also an avid Hannah Montana watcher, no. In fact, there was an episode of Hannah Montana where she broke out in the song in her classroom as Miley for her school project, saying all the different body parts of the bone dance. And once the song got done, Rico was like, that voice sounds familiar. It reminds me of Hannah Montana.
Don't kill me. I probably have only seen like 2 episodes of Hannah Montana ever.
You're not alone. I've only seen like 6 and then the crossovers, and then that was
Okay,
it. I wasn't an avid watcher.
Goku in the chat. She's just a girl. What's going on, Goku?
Hey.
Yeah, big Goku in the building.
I know. Someone we need to get on the podcast at some point.
Look, sign up, girl.
But no, like anything Gem and the Holograms, except for that god awful movie they made.
Yeah, we will not speak of that movie.
Yeah, that.
And what do we have next?
that movie got to be. I've already gone on to the next slide because we got to get picture number 3 in here. Get some more wow.
Oh.
You got to talk about this one because this is just too good.
Oh, so this one's I mean, this one's not even a cosplay.
I know.
Okay. So this one was, I mean, I guess another funny story with this one. So I was being featured in a magazine here in DC. So, you know, they wanted me to just do a photo shoot. They didn't give any direction or anything. They were just like, I was being honored as one of like the curators of style in the district. So I was like, okay, well, I want to do a dope ass photo shoot. So a friend of mine, Dee Domenico, who's like a really popular fashion designer now, she had this dress. I went to go pick out different dresses, but she had this one that was kind of like it got destroyed in the dryer. So, and I was just like, oh, but this is a vibe though. And I was like, well, my friend is coming to visit, and she's a fashion designer as well, different styles, but she was coming to visit. So I was just like, hey girl, like, I don't know why I'm vibing to this outfit. Do you think you could fix it? It got ruined by my other friend in the dryer, but I just have a feeling about it. So she came over and she was helping me get ready for the shoot. And the whole gown was ruined from the top. So she worked her magic and created the top and like re-sewed, created a whole brand new top for the gown. And so we took it downtown to Union Station and we did a photo shoot. So another friend of mine, True Face by Grace, she's an amazing jewelry designer. She actually did the jewelry for Coming to America 2 and Black and Wakanda Forever. She let me, borrow a whole bunch of her pieces, and I was like, hey, we're gonna do this magazine spread. So I got dressed, and we all went down to Union Station and we just did this photo shoot just out in the open. We didn't ask permission. We just started shooting. So shout out to Interstellar Studio for doing the shoot. But then after post shoot, um, they ended up like using 3 or 4 images from the shoot in the magazine. So I was just supposed to have like one little, shot, and they ended up using it for like a 2-page spread and plus my 3rd page image. So that was pretty fun. And it was great because I got to highlight my friends we all kind of came together for this random project. So everyone got some cool credit from it. So it was really great.
Okay.
That's
I will
fire.
say, first of all, Rhea Sat, what's good, King? How's your day been? My day's been very productive. A couple of podcasts, one record, one live. Other than that, it's just been a day of preparation and just keeping it busy. But as far as that story goes, all I'm hearing is you managed to body something with no direction, some improv,
Yeah.
and a lot of other things. And this, oh yeah,
Yeah, this is one
that
of my favorite photo shoots.
that's just a different league right there, man. Like that deserves another round. That is insane.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Look, it took a small village. So shout out D Domenico, shout out Chiro Citizen, Interstellar Studio, True Face by Grace for all like helping me come together to create it.
Nah, like I said, the dress looks beautiful. Obviously, you look beautiful, looking just completely like a rock star right there.
Thank you.
And speaking of rock stars, our final one, we go back to the cosplay. I'm sure it's not going to be too hard to stand out in this cosplay. As we have some Powerline.
Hey, okay, classic.
Let's see, it didn't pop up yet.
I know, I question your side because like I have my YouTube pulled up too and mine been done pulled.
Oh no, I don't know. Maybe I need to like refresh it because it still didn't come up yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can say it is
Okay,
a
I'm gonna just click it again. Oh, there we go. Okay. Haha. Oh yay, my power line. Yeah, this one was shot by Ryan D. So shout out Ryan D. So I love Powerline. I've loved Powerline, I mean, obviously since a Goofy movie came out. And so I've always wanted to do this costume. I did this cosplay years ago. But it was one of those like one of my best friends who lives in Florida. We both love Powerline. So I was down there in Florida. I was just like, I really want to cosplay Powerline. And, I haven't seen anybody do it. And I don't know if people are really going to get it or if it's just a niche thing. And then he was just like, you should just do it. Just do it. Because you love Powerline and you love music. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So then I made the cosplay. I sewed all the arm bands, neck bands, everything myself. I like hand drew out the center symbol, the atom, and I was just like, look, my vibe is heels. I'm a short girly. I love to be a tall girly when I can. So I found these sparkly boots online and I just kind of put it together, and then I just styled my natural hair kind of in the way that I feel like a woman Powerline would. And I had made my little ears and everything, so it was drew my little nose on. It was great, and I debuted it at KatsuCon. I think this was like 2015.
2015?
So that photo is when I wore it at AwesomeCon, but I actually wore it before. Actually wore it before during a KatsuCon, and I actually ran around the con with a speaker strapped to my back, playing Stand Out and Eye to Eye on repeat. So anybody that was there around that time, you probably remember that. But I literally was acting a fool at KatsuCon that year.
It's funny you said that because I also cosplay Powerline. My Powerline don't look like that. But I also cosplay Powerline and I did the same thing. I brought it out at MomoCon 2022.
Mhm.
And we walked around and we just kept playing Stand Out and Eye to Eye on the speaker as we walked around,
It
while
never gets
occasionally
old.
stopping and breaking out in dance just randomly. And yeah, it was definitely a scene stealer that year at MomoCon.
Yeah, it never gets old. Powerline is never gonna go out of style. And I actually recorded covers to Stand Out and Eye to Eye, which I have not released yet.
I was about to say I've gone through all of your stuff and
I know I haven't released it yet, but fun fact is one of the music directors from a Goofy movie, the film, we were talking online. So I shared my covers with him and he like co-signed them. He was like, "These are great. You need to put them out." And he actually like he was like, your cover sounds amazing. He just gave me all these compliments. I really needed the boost at the time. I was just like, I was feeling down and I was just like, oh my gosh, did the music director, one of the music directors of a Goofy movie, just like, tell me my covers were dope. And then he actually ended up sharing with me the original track to Eye, like no vocals, no nothing, the original orchestration of it. And like it was just like,
nice.
hey, if this isn't motivation for you. So I didn't end up like recording to it or anything, but it was just something he shared with me. Well, I kind of can't. You could just rip off the original. I did work with a producer who I met on YouTube, and I asked him, I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I use your track and you record covers to record my own covers to it?" And so he gave me permission to do that. So whenever I put it out, I'll be tagging him in that. But yeah, that was just like a really nice little random moment of joy for me with my love of Powerline and a Goofy movie.
And see, the good thing about you revealing that story live on this podcast is now we got a gun to your head to put pressure on you to actually release that music now. Because if within the next week or two I don't see it, I'm going to upload this clip.
Well, I do have release schedules for this year. Like it's been a struggle, let me tell you. Try doing everything that I do and like running companies and also trying to like do the things I love and that I'm most passionate about. It's really hard. It's a struggle. I'm doing the best I can with that.
No, you're definitely doing the best you can. One of the actual crazy things was when I was there that year at MomoCon, it was also the same year that Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, he was there doing autographs and stuff. So I got to meet him. And because I went on the final day and it wasn't very busy, we actually got to just sit there and talk to him for a while. And, he was really happy because I was wearing the Powerline cosplay. And not just him, because sitting right next to him, who also had all the time in the world, was Jason Marsden, who's, of course, the voice of Max.
Yeah.
And I just got to just sit and just talk to them both for a while. And they were just telling me about how they both have been trying to get Tevin Campbell to go to cons because
Look, this man, like Tevin Campbell is the freaking goat. Like I need him to like start making appearances at cons.
they've been trying to get him to do it. I think maybe more now he can be more motivated because just like you were worried about for a while, it's like, because the Goofy movie wasn't like the biggest box office success when it came out.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people always wondering, okay, it was a movie, it did decent at the box office. It wasn't one of their grandiose releases of the Disney Renaissance in the 90s. So it was like, is this more of a cult movie? Is this something everybody knows about?
I
And
think it goes deeper than just the movie, though. Like Tevin Campbell was a very unique artist of his time when he came out, you know. So it not even just being the voice of Powerline and the vocals behind Powerline, but him as an artist. There was so much happening in the music industry around that time. So I feel like I have a feeling it's coupled with not just the movie itself, but like his experience as an artist overall, even post Goofy movie, that like probably has something to do with like why he kind of stopped doing music.
maybe because yeah, he had hits, and then
That's
he
a
just
fact.
wasn't really releasing music like that anymore. But you know, because I've heard it, you know, I listen to a lot of podcasts from like older like stars and stuff, and some of them will talk about how they'll be afraid to go to a con because they're afraid that nobody's gonna recognize them or remember them, and
I that
that's a
that
real
can't
thing.
be the case. All like I love a good obscure cosplay, and like even like you know one of my most obscure cosplays that I didn't even think people were really going to get was my Darkwing Duck cosplay, and I made that cosplay and my Powerline cosplay for me, you know. So when I wore them and people were like, "Oh crap, it's Darkwing Duck, it's Powerline, blah blah blah," like all it takes is one person really to like get it, one person just be like, I I see you. So I do not want to accept that like the talent are just worried. Like, no, all it takes is one person and you literally go from 0 to 1,000.
I get it, but unfortunately, that's how a lot of them feel. They feel like that, you know, oh, my thing came out 30 years ago. Nobody's going to remember who I am. But it's
I
funny
wish
that
I
you
could hug
said
all
that
of them and just be
too,
like, please come.
because just like Jim and the holograms, which at this point, I think we're slowly becoming best friends on this podcast because Darkwing Duck was my favorite one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I would have grabbed it, but I gotta wash. It's over there in my dirty clothes hamper. My Darkwing Duck shirt.
Mhm.
I have my Darkwing Duck keychain, but I think it finally broke. It might still be on there. I don't even pay attention to what's on my keychain
And it
anymore.
has one of the best musical intros. Like, come on now. Darkwing Duck, hey, let's get dangerous.
And one of my best crowning achievements was at Dragon Con a couple of years ago. I interviewed the voice of Darkwing Duck, Mr. Jim
What?
Cummings himself. And he was also really nice too. And not just him, his wife, because it was a situation where I bought professional photos to take with them, but I didn't really understand because Dragon Con, it didn't really make sense what they meant by like uh reserve autographs and photos here, but then there was this other thing that was like do photos. So I thought it was the same thing, but the other side was no. These were you go into a room somewhere and take like more professional photos with the people that you like. And I didn't know that. And that was at a certain time that seemed like it was conflicting when he was going to be at the booth. So doing autographs and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So basically, what ended up happening is I ended up missing the actual photo shoot. I was
Oh,
confused. It seemed like his wife wasn't even fully really sure how all of that works. She's like, well, he's not here right now because he's doing that. I was like, oh, so I was supposed to be way somewhere else. And I missed that. She's like, when he gets here, I'm going to have him take regular pictures with him and I'm going to tell him to double up on those pictures because
oh, that was so
you
nice.
don't deserve to miss out on your money. So I talked to her for a little bit. When he
Oh,
came, you know, he gave me the autograph. And of course, you know, some of the things that they buy is you can do videos, like quick videos. So I bought a quick video. And other people, you know, they usually just want to record the person, maybe saying their favorite catchphrase or something like that. But I told him, I was like, for my video, I just actually just want to interview you. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I did it. I grabbed the microphone and I was like, you know, he was like, I'll actually sit right here. That way I can see my completely like an authentic, real interview. I can stay right here. You can stand over there. I was like, perfect. And when I interviewed him, he did the entire interview in his Darkwing Duck voice.
What? Okay, I
that's
need to go.
cool.
I need send me that link. Go through the archive. Send me that because I want to see that. That's awesome.
And of course, he said the catchphrase at the end. Like, yes, that's I'll re-release it every once in a while. But yes, no, I will definitely send you the link on that. That is one of my crowning achievements. Like some of these people that I met, like meeting Goofy was amazing for
Mhm.
me. Darkwing Duck was just ah, and I'm one of those people where I don't get starstruck. That isn't one of the things about me. So it was just amazing to get to meet these people that I loved. But with that being said, I also have an interview with the English voice actress for Naruto. And for that one, because Naruto is my favorite anime, and this was during the pandemic, so I'm wearing a mask in that one. I'm wearing a mask, he's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And it's the only time, and it just happened to be recorded and online for the world to see, that if you listen to the sound of my voice as I'm introducing who I'm interviewing, you can tell in my voice that I'm just like,
Your heart's beating fast. You're so
I am interviewing Naruto right now. And I look
That's
back at him
fire.
like, oh my God, like you don't get starstruck. What the heck is this guy?
You've done so much. That's incredible.
But that's what they're there for. Like, it's just most people don't do it in creative ways. When they say you can buy a video from them, get creative with the video that you buy from them.
No, you're absolutely right. Hey, I hope everyone watching take some notes.
And as a person that has a podcast, you know, I'm like, if I can get a chance to interview you guys, even if it's just for 90 seconds, I want to get that interview in. You know, it's going to be great for us. It's going to be great for them. It's going to be just great for me personally and professionally, because I will never forget that Jim Cummings interview for as long as I live. And as someone that follows him online, like, he is just a great person. He is on the right side of history. He's just the type of person that I wouldn't mind sitting around talking to all day.
I got to interview Stan Lee before he passed away. Yes, I know, random. So this
Oh
was,
my goodness.
and
Legendary.
you'll never. It's not recorded. It's not recorded anywhere. So a couple years ago, when he was a guest at AwesomeCon. So I worked for a different company, so I was on a media team, and they did not take advantage of like the perks of really being part of AwesomeCon. So there was an opportunity that came up to be on the phone with Stan Lee, and it was me and it was a couple of other people that were on this like um this group call with Stan Lee. So we got to kind of like, ask him a question. It was like one or two questions, depending on if they picked kind of like your question. So it was me and probably about maybe six other people. And it was before the convention actually happened. So we were all on this call, and this was not Zoom or anything like that. This was literally just an audio call. And we got to talk to Stan Lee, and I was literally just like, and this was before I really knew a lot of people. Like I was, I was cosplaying. I cosplayed, who did I cosplay that year? I cosplayed Storm and Chocho that year. But I didn't have like, this was before Plus Ultra. This was before kind of everything else. So I had no one to really like be like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally on the phone with Stan Lee right now. This is crazy. So just hearing him talk, because he was talking about like somebody asked him like, oh, what is it like to be Stan Lee? And he was just like, well, you know it's busy, it's crazy, like they were very kind of like generalized questions.
That's why I'm like, what is it like to be Stan Lee?
Yeah, it was, some of the questions were pretty generalized questions, and I'm wondering if that was kind of like the point, like if, because he was really old, this was literally, I think he ended up passing away like a year later or something like that. I have to go back and look exactly at the timeline, but you could hear it in his voice that he was like tired. So it was, that was for me, was just like a shining moment that like I have no proof. Well, I might have an email or something back in time that has the info on it, but like it's not something I bring up in conversation, because just like, oh yeah, you haven't recorded, because now we live in the age like, oh, where's the proof? Did you record it? Blah blah. I'm like, no, I didn't. Like,
Recording or it didn't happen.
yeah, like I didn't have two phones at the time to like, be on the call and then record it with my other. No, I wasn't thinking about that. I literally was just like, yep, I'm on the call.
You were in the moment.
Yeah, I was
Right.
in the moment. And like just hearing him talk, just hearing this like, just this old exhausted man still talk about how much he loved doing what he was doing and how he was excited to be at AwesomeCon, was just like, wow. And then we got off the phone and I was just like, well, damn, I just had a call. I was just on the phone with Stan Lee. No one's gonna believe me, except for all the other people that were on the call.
It's right out of a sitcom. Like that's just what it is. It's like, no, why?
Had I like really started some media entity at that moment, I probably would be in a completely different place. But also that wasn't like, that those weren't my goals. But I was just excited to be on the call. I was, I wasn't about to go monetize that or anything. It was just
Right,
like,
you
hey,
were just in the moment, which more people could probably learn from these days. It's like sometimes just like if you're at a concert or something, put your phone down and enjoy the concert.
yep.
That's a fact.
It's like if you want to like take like a picture or two just to remember by maybe like a 5-second clip or something, but then put it away
Yeah.
and just enjoy it. Because why am I gonna go somewhere and look through a screen looking at what I'm looking at? At that point, I might as well just be at home.
True.
That's true. Hold on, but quick sidebar. Y'all know what Stan Lee from, right? Y'all know what Stan Lee from, right?
All right, Mr. New York.
Listen, he from
Look,
the Bronx just like me. Listen,
the
I'm just
birthplace of a million heroes, right?
that, I
Put that on the
appreciate
shirt.
you. We need that on a shirt. You know what? We're gonna put that with your name at the bottom with the quote.
Thank you. Thank you.
There it is. Look at that. We actually are finding a way to monetize things because we're coming up with T-shirts right now on the podcast.
Good.
So,
Hey, I'm
heard that,
a news person.
well, another thing that we always like to do here on the podcast is we like to take the time to sit back and reflect on stuff that happened in the past week and the week that was segment. And I know one of the things I think just happened yesterday. Did any of you guys happen to catch that Lilo and Stitch trailer?
I didn't. Cue it up.
I would, but copyright.
I know.
And I don't play with the mouse. Like maybe somebody else I might try to slot, not the mouse. As soon as we hit play, oh, what are you doing? Trying to play my movies here.
I didn't get a chance. I was busy all day and I wasn't feeling well, so I did not get a chance to watch it. But I'm going to. I heard so many great things about it though. Yes, I should have worn my my Stitch onesie.
It looks absolutely amazing. I can say this with complete just everything. I am looking way more forward to that live action than this freaking Snow White that's coming out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I did see the Snow White trailer
and he crashes out.
We don't even need that.
Yeah, we really don't. But I remember when they were filming Lilo and Stitch, and there were people, obviously on the island who like were able to, get some behind the scenes, and I was just like, oh, this looks like it's gonna be so good. I want to watch all of them, whether they're good or bad. I'm gonna watch all of them.
I mean, I don't know. I might boycott Snow White to be honest with you.
Heavy
Even from the moment that we saw no trailer and just heard the actress just at a red carpet talking about the plot of this live action Snow White, I'm like,
Okay,
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And I mean, and I don't have a problem with, because I've always said you can't make the story exactly the same, or else what's the point of redoing it?
Yeah.
You got to make some tweaks.
But you kind of can though, because like what I heard, and correct me, I heard that the Lilo Stitch trailer was like pretty spot on to the original.
Well, trailers are going to do that because trailers are touching on nostalgia. But then when you go watch the movie, you'll know it's like even the live action Lion King, like I remember the trailer was pretty much like shot for shot, like the movie. But if you go watch the movie, you'll notice that there are things here, things there that are different. The overall thing that comes around is the same, but overall, that's what it would come to. But when she starts talking about, oh, in this story, we want to tell the story about basically how Snow White don't need no man to save her. And I'm like, but isn't that the plot of the story though?
Like, I mean, I get it. I get it, but also y'all could have left it alone and just could have kept it the way it was, because they tried that with Aladdin, and I'm just like, that extra plot line and the song, we could have went without it.
Look, I'm all for bring on all the movies that you want, of women being able to take care of themselves. Like, I want them all. But when it's like you're going to take something that already exists and then change this because it's like, oh, I don't like that because we don't think that women should rely on men. First of all, men can rely on women, women can rely on men, and just because there's a lot of strong women out there in the world doesn't mean there aren't still women out there that love to be protected.
There's so much room for original stories, like, and there's so many amazing creatives who have written amazing stories that like should be animated or should be made into live action. Like I'm actually like, one movie I know that don't mess it up is Brave. They do a live action of Brave. Like, please don't mess that up. Like, that's your moment to like be fully in this bad, can we curse on here?
Yes.
In this bad bitch era, okay? Brave is the one.
Yes, and that is your story of your strong woman. See, and I know a lot of people aren't going to always agree with me with stuff on this, but I've always been the one that's always like, I don't care what you change casting wise and stuff if it's not interfering with the original story. You know, like we had the big uproar when the Little Mermaid came out because like, oh, why is there a black Ariel? I'm like, Ariel's race had nothing to do with the plot of the story. So
She was an incredible actress and singer. Like this, that's, you know what I love, that the team behind that movie like spoke up so much during the press and stuff, because it was just like, I need everyone to know this chick can sing. The voice is air, the voice is ethereal, the voice is like, it's literally the cake of the movie. Like, and I think they did such a great job of like rallying behind her and like kind of, you know, muffling the BS that was kind of circulating. But you know, you're gonna have haters and you know, angry people either way, but you can't deny the voice. You cannot deny it, no matter how much you want to hate. Not one person can deny
and
that
and I
that
see
vocal
Rhea.
is top tier.
Rhea said live actions are generally terrible. By the way, as my partner finally walks in, I'm gonna have to also send you the link of the song I did about Halle Bailey doing the live action Little Mermaid, because I did a parody song, because that's something I used to do back in the day, and I've gotten slowly back into it now. I used to do parody songs. So I did a song about that when the uproar came out, to the instrumental of Young Jeezy's "My President Is Black," but mine was "My Ariel is Black," and I did a whole song about it. And but that's what I'm saying. If it didn't have a part in the plot, I don't get why it makes a difference. The only thing that I kind of not really mad or happy, I don't really have a feeling about, but I kind of question, is the fact that I know that Snow White's origin, the whole thing is she's called Snow White because she had the skin that was white as snow. Yet they did not cast a white girl.
I mean,
Go look at the.
I mean, I mean, yes, I get it, but like, there's so many other races and ethnic groups that you can still have super white skin without being like someone from the
She's not though.
I know she's not. It's like, I get what they were trying to do because they wanted someone who kind of looked like the drawing, but like, I don't know.
I don't know. You know what the crazy thing is, before I move over, let him sit down? That is actually a big consensus of how I feel about everything that has come out about this upcoming movie. Is just, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch everything. Like,
I'm too busy, but I know what I said, but I'm too big of a freaking Disney fan. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And then you're gonna talk about it on the podcast, and it's, you know.
But definitely Lilo and Stitch. I'm looking forward to that one.
I need to see Lilo's hands.
Must
okay?
watch.
I need her to throw hands in Lilo and Stitch. Okay, like, they need to at least keep that part in there.
They gotta throw Squabble up in there.
Like, if she is not beating the brakes off this girl, I will be disappointed.
Okay,
I get it.
Now that the other co-host is here, I can take myself off.
Just a temporary break in action right now. Oh God!
5 points.
You come into the podcast and that's the first thing you do?
Right.
That was the first thing I did.
I know that wasn't the first.
That was
thing.
not the first thing I did.
You were doing a lot of activity behind me.
What you talking about? I was doing training.
If you don't burp before you get into the mic, then is it really a good day?
Hold on. I have manners. First off, I didn't burp it to the mic. I burped that way. This direction was hellily open air, and my gas went that way. So I said, my fault, everybody.
But also, ladies and gentlemen, vocals.
Oh, my fault.
Hi.
My fault. Another Jump In Powwow episode count.
Rhea was just asking about you.
Jump In Powwow type 3. He did it 3 times. I'm counting. Don't worry. I just like to get under his skin. Hello! Hi! Hello! Red! Tiny P! Goku, she's just a girl. I'm just a girl. Da, 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 da. All right, my fault. Wrong thing. One thing. Apologies for being late to the stream. No, I know you talking about yourself, but I apologize because I was doing things on the side. I was doing some missions and things done, and I was catching up on my Disney. I got my Moana 2 done because I find it shocking outside my Disney. I came in, I got my Moana 2 done. You know, I got my Moana.
How'd you feel about it?
And I'll get to that in a second. And I got in my Inside Out 2. I finally watched Inside Out 2.
And are you okay mentally?
I'm not gonna lie, Inside Out 2 was definitely the definition of I could see. I ain't gonna lie, it's super relatable to the beginning and the end. It went super relatable by each stuff and constant, especially when
and as somebody who has not seen Inside Out 2 yet, even though I'm a big Disney fan,
okay, no spoilers.
But I definitely was super emotional at the end of the first one, so I can only imagine.
Bing bong.
That's 4. All right. So what I got was when I learned from the entire thing was it was really good. I enjoyed it. I really never downplayed Inside Out 2, Moana 2. I ain't gonna really hate it, but it was okay. I wasn't like, but I get the message it was going, so I didn't really get into much deep in there like that. And like I said, and I was doing some editing on the side action. So I apologize for my lateness, but I'm here. I see things are being held down, but I just find it shocking. Walk up here, people were talking about Disney, and I was just like, oh, snap. That's really funny how things just got to where we are right now. But I hope that everybody's doing nice, handy, dandy. Hello to Siri. Hello. Hi, how are you?
I'm about to actually dip out.
Damn, that's crazy. Bye. But everybody's having a great time. My fault for VLA. How you doing, Queen? Hello.
Hi.
I hope you're doing great. I ain't act like you didn't. You came in with the Cruella Deville vibe. I don't know how many Dalmatians you're about to take, but it's all good. It's all good. Well, actually, it's not all good.
I cuddle them. I'm a lover, not a murderer.
You see what she said? She has to pet them before she skins them. We heard that. All right, that's what I heard. All right, the King of New York has left the building, but that's okay. We already knew that he wasn't going to be able to stay too long because we all got busy things and sometimes big things happen. But the show keeps rolling here on the podcast is real. And another thing that we know has also happened within the past week, which I definitely want to go ahead and get your word about, and that would be BlurredCon.
Yes, BlurredCon. It was cold. It was cold. I don't think everyone was prepared for how cold it actually gets up here because, BlurredCon's usually in the summer where, everybody can a lot of people are really naked in the summer. And it was a very shocking shockingly cold weekend. But overall, it was fun. I think everyone had such a great time this year. I mean, Janelle Monáe being a special guest was such a huge accomplishment for, just the Black nerd community in general. There were, Cookie Kawaii was there. You had Reed Shannon there, that one of the voices from Arcane. And there were like a bunch of other just amazing guests, but like really the cosplayers turned up. There were so many incredible cosplays there. I saw so many like head to toe wolves werewolves and stuff from Thriller, like that, the craftsmanship, like people really stuck their foot in their cosplays this year. It was so exciting to see.
And that is absolutely what you like to hear. But because I've never been to BlurredCon, I know I keep being told that I should go, and one of these days I am definitely gonna go because I don't know if it'll be next year. Because aren't they doing a freaking Geeknik?
Yeah, I saw that theme. I was like, okay.
I know we're black.
But I feel like you're gonna have two different spectrums of it though. You're gonna have the people who like it, the playoff of Freaknik and like the whole popularity of like the theme of it and of what Freaknik kind of grew into, and then you have the people who are just like, oh, okay, cool, kickback vibes, early 90s cosplay vibes. So like I think it's still gonna be just an amazing array of creativity happening for next year too. And yes, you should definitely go to BlurredCon. We have so many cons up here. You need to just come up here in general. We have like 5 or 6 major cons up here that you need to come and visit.
Roquois, I told you I'm coming. I said I need to, because if nothing else, I told you I need to come by the studio. I need to drop
Yeah.
by and see everything and do something there.
Yeah.
Tanjiro was
Please.
insane.
I was like, if I was on my phone, I would like show you around and everything. I'm in the recording studio right now.
How
But
dare
yeah,
you flex? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you flex? No, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna.
not
No.
flexing.
I saw. Look. I just watched Inside Out, so I saw a whole expression change when you said studio. So
Because it's exciting. I'm a musician, so like having a space I can actually come and create it and also invite my other nerd community into to create is freaking awesome and exciting. And it's a huge accomplishment for like just being black nerds in general to own our own space, in a prominent area,
Yeah.
to like actually have a creative studio. We have 5 studio rooms here and a game lounge and a lounge. Like if you want to come do an event, you've got a place to do it at. You want to come through and create something, you could do that. Black owned.
That part, black owned. Now I'm gonna come up there and visit the studio. Like I said, because if nothing else, I've always said I wanted to go back to KatsuCon because KatsuCon was a con that I enjoyed the last time I went to. So if not Blurred, definitely Katsu, because I got to come. Not just that, because y'all also had a Plus Ultra event, and I got to drop through for those.
Yes. We all our events for during MagFest weekend and Katsu were all free. It was a huge open house, so it was just everybody. If you wanted to come create, we opened up the doors. People were welcome to come and create, connect. It was a vibe.
See, that is exactly what you call putting on for the community right there. So, like I said, in 2026, oh my God, these years are just getting away from me.
Just come up in April. Just come up for Awesome Con. You would love Awesome Con. Like I know you would. It's such a diverse group of like, comic industry, anime. They've done such a great job of kind of blending all these universes together.
I would. I know these next couple of months are going to actually be crazy because our con season is getting ready to start and we're about to start being all over the place. But no, like I said, if nothing else, if I can't find a way to get up there this year, next year, I'm definitely going to go up there because I don't mind flying up to Maryland. Now, when I do fly up to Maryland, I don't know if I'm going to do it via Southwest because
they ruined it. They had a good thing and they ruined it.
They had a good thing going.
And now I cannot stop thinking about that. There was this meme about Spirit Airlines and it was just like everyone seems to have had some issues except for Spirit. Spirit's always going to be in the air no matter what.
No controversy, no crashes.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood, obviously, yes. But Spirits is kind of, it's like, so what? There might be some arguments or something on the plane. You get there safely, apparently. So
right, I can totally deal with Spirit.
No, but especially as a cosplayer, who likes, I know all these cosplayers who likes to bring all of their stuff. They kind of rely on those checked bags.
Yep, that's how me and the whole crew, when we went to DreamCon, we all flew Southwest, and we plotted. We were like, okay, your suitcase is going to be this. We're going to have 3 suitcases that are just for this. We all can like mix and mingle with all of our double bags. Yeah, those dreams. Farewell.
And the fact that it's just, there's no reason to do it either. I guess because nobody else does it, I guess they can't really, they can just be like, no one else does it, so why should we? I don't know what their reasoning was. I mean, I read some BS stuff, but I don't get it. I mean, this isn't like this is something y'all did for a few years. Y'all have been doing this for a very, very, very long time. It was kind of what y'all were known for.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's not like they were hurting for like sales, for flight sales. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll implement it and then they'll realize they made a huge mistake and then go back.
They'll
Go
just
back
bring
to
it back as specials like a couple of times a year, like the freaking McRib. It's just gonna pop up out of nowhere.
not the McRib.
It's like, hey guys, we're gonna give you this special deal that we used to do all the time, but they
Yeah.
can catch it this time. You better make sure you fly in June.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it doesn't take effect until like May, right?
Yeah, it hadn't officially taken effect yet, but it's coming. So if y'all need to go fly somewhere in the next like month,
And take 20 million bags.
take all the bags, all of them. Just load up their planes. But no, so luckily for me, I always try to make sure I only take one bag whenever I fly places anyway, because I really don't. For me, the more luggage I take flying around is just the bigger risk of more stuff getting lost. So I'm just like, I'm just going to take this one bag with me. And if I can't cram it in there, it's not coming with me.
If it's somewhere I can drive to, I'm always going to choose to drive.
And that too.
Yeah. New York is just a 3.5 hour drive away. So when it's time for Anime NYC, just load it up, just drive it on up to New York.
And I will be there for Anime NYC.
Yay!
So,
are you going to be there?
Oh, you talking to me this time? Oh, my fault. No, I'm joking with you. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. It's a really big maybe for me. I really don't know. I can't give you a 100% answer right now. I can't lie to you.
What are you excited for this summer?
This summer? Excuse me, I pound my neck there. What am I really excited for? In con wise, I probably the only one I really am looking forward to is MomoCon. Honestly, if I could say any other cons, it was just one.
How is MomoCon? I've never been.
MomoCon is just a great, nice southern, south side, basic. Well, it ain't basic. It's got a lot of things too. But it's just one of those things that if you're looking for a great time and it's not just a Black community, it's a very open, mixed variety. They have other events that's come down to the side, but I'm just really there more for like just the peers of the family that I just pop up there. That's really what that is more than I go there with the con itself. I mean, I go there for the con and just have fun, but I go there for like the more of what it is. And it's really fun too. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great cosplays be there Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of weirded excitement. People walk around as bored. So sometimes people, I don't know, they stopped doing this, but there was a time that they had a party outside of the building and they do not go to sleep until 5 or 6 o'clock until like they feel like they want to go home. And it was one of those memorial moments. I was just like, oh, okay. I am looking forward to MomoCon, but as it's just like right now, am I looking like I just MomoCon? But any other con, I am, but I'm just not like that excited because it's just like, okay, here we go. Because maybe because we just been around these cons so much, and I'm just to the point where it's just like, okay. All right, here we go. Where we gotta go here? Oh, okay. Now where we gotta go? Okay, cool. Because I don't think it's really specific as a con itself. It's more of the work that we got to put it behind it to just make more things popping off to it. It's really not much of a con. It's just more of a like just putting more work of doing what we have to do. So,
and MomoCon is also one of the later cons. It's in a convention center, mm-hmm. and they're open late. Like because even with like Anime NYC, they're only open till what like 8 o'clock or something like that. Mm-hmm. If they're even open that late.
And if there's a concert, then they're open till like I think 10, maybe 11.
Yeah, and MomoCon will have things that'll still be going till like 1 in the morning, and sometimes
that's like up here. I mean, Katsu's 24 hours. MagFest 24 hours. Otakon up here, I think you'll have panels and stuff going until like maybe midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
So yeah.
because I know MomoCon, like I know the karaoke room, they usually I think stays up until like 1 or 2 in the morning,
Hmm.
where people they just allow people to just come in, hey, sign up,
Mm-hmm.
go up there and have at it.
Mm-hmm.
You can never go wrong with midnight karaoke.
And it's usually packed even late night, and they usually have it in one of the big stage rooms too. So you can never go wrong with karaoke, like you said. So I love karaoke. I always jump at the opportunity to do some karaoke. I know I can't sing, but that's not why I do it. I just like to have fun. And
Karaoke is literally to have fun. Like, don't get me wrong. I love a good singer karaoke vibe, but like that is really your moment to just kind of just just belt it out, whether it's right or wrong. You just want to have a good time.
there's always that one person that's using karaoke to try to get a record deal.
I mean, I guess. I mean, we have some really talented people that come to our karaoke nights. And like I love when they come because it's just like, okay, I know like this guy Garrett, when he comes to karaoke, I'm like, oh, we know he's about to kill it. And he sings songs in Japanese too. He loves a good anime OP and kills it. I'm just like, all right, this good job. This was amazing. I love to be a fly on the wall when he comes to karaoke nights.
Because there was this one guy one year, and everybody was going up there. They were having fun, whether they were singing regular songs. A lot of people also like to do Disney songs. Everybody was doing like a little of everything. And then this one guy got up there and he grabbed the mic and he just thought, I'm like, this man think he's at a concert right now. So
Those
it's like,
are the best nights.
hey, some people rock on like he was doing. But I do need to get up there because if for nothing else, for Plus Ultra, which we will get to in a moment. But like we said, something we were going to do anyway, but you still asked me about it. Another thing that we do with our guests is for anybody who may not know exactly who you are, we give the chance after we glaze you for so long, which we've been doing with all the showcases and things. Now it's time for you to pat yourself on the back for a while. So for everybody who doesn't know who Roquois is, this is the time for the floor is yours to tell everybody who you are and what you're about.
Well, hi, I'm Roquois. Please forgive my voice. I'm a little stuffy. I am I have I'm a multi hyphenated creative. So I'm a singer songwriter. I've been
Superhero.
working superhero. Yes, that's my mantra. But I've been working in the music industry for over 10 years. I've been a writer for different record labels: Sony, Capitol Records, Po' Boy Music Group, Universal, Def Jam. I've worked with amazing producers. I'm featured on Trina's album, the one that released a couple years ago. I got 2 songs on there.
Mm-hmm. 2
Um,
songs.
yep, I'm actually her first ever pop song, which they told me that, which was crazy. Um, but that song was originally for Kelly Rowland, but they kept me on it, so whatever. But moving on, I love music. Music is like my heart and soul. I'm a pop artist, but I write for a lot of different people. I've written for K-pop artists. I've written for rappers. I've written country songs. I've written EDM songs. So I am multifaceted in that area. But music, I just love music. It is literally like I eat, sleep, breathe music. But I'm also the co-owner of Plus Ultra Entertainment. We are a Emmy award-winning nerd entertainment company here in the DMV. We are all about community, culture, just really being a dope nerd in your own right. We just opened the first ever nerd creative studio in the DMV area, where we've just created a place, for us, by us, uh, Black owned, women owned, where nerds can come. We have a creative studio where we have a Cricut, we have a 3D printer, we have sewing machines, we have a room where people can come and work on their cosplays or work on their other creative projects. We have a separate recording studio that I'm in right now where you can record your music, your fan dubs, your voiceovers. We have a separate podcast studio where you can record your podcast. If we have a small editing bay, if that we have microphones, if you don't want to use your own equipment or you don't have your own equipment, we're a perfect place to kind of get started. We also have a game lounge with every video game you could possibly think of. We've got almost every game system. We have tournaments there. Every Tuesday we have other, gaming events. People can rent out the space for events. We have a lounge where we have like, that's open for a lot of our other events, our karaoke nights, or if people want to have a meeting or something like that. So we have all these different spaces here in our 3,000 square foot studio here at National Harbor that is just a unique place to kind of be. And it's the first of its kind. It's been a little difficult just getting people to really get it, but for the nerds, once they come here, they get it and they love it. They want to stay. And I also own a fashion company called Studio Couture. I've been in the high fashion industry for a little over 11 years, a little over 12 years. I produce a lot of large scale fashion events in the Florida area and also in the DC area. I created a lot of big internationally recognized fashion events here. I won an international award for one of the events I created. I also produced for New York Fashion Week in the spring and the fall, so February and September. I've built up a lot of amazing designers, models, hair, makeup, talent. I'm really about like making an impact and building community and like really cultivating culture. So if you've ever been to one of my events, whether it was a fashion event or even with Plus Ultra, we really, really care about quality. I with having over 10 plus years in the entertainment industry, I've attributed all of that, my love of fashion, my love of music, my love of, quality programming, everything, poured that back into Plus Ultra. And we've been able to, work with, different entities, Smithsonian, PBS, we've worked with, different liquor companies. We've worked with schools. We've worked with large conventions. We work really closely with Anime NYC, Awesome Con. We've worked with BlurCon. We've worked with DreamCon, HBCU Con. So, a lot of these places and spaces, we've been like the first Black owned or first women owned, entity in some of these spaces. And, we're still here years later because they've kind of recognized not just, we always tell people we don't just do parties, we're events, we're experiences, we're community, we're culture, we're all of these things. And all of this kind of started even with Plus Ultra with I feel like we're all nerds, especially my millennial nerds. We deserve more than sticky floors. We deserve just as many bougie experiences as everyone else outside of the industry gets. Our as much money and love and energies we pour back into, our nerd, living and breathing and being nerds, we deserve the best. And I want to make sure our community gets the best and experiences the best. But outside of that, I have a bachelor's degree in computer animation. So I'm a multifaceted nerd. Yes, I know. I see your face. So like I graduated from Full Sail. I actually went to school to do, to create Shrek movies and work for Leica and Disney Pixar. So like I have a background in all that stuff. I used to do video game design and things like that. So I'm like different levels of nerddom. But all of that education and stuff really kind of ties back into, you know, what I do with Plus Ultra, what I do with Studio Couture, my music, everything I do with Plus Ultra, my fashion, everything kind of always ties back into my music, creating avenues for myself when doors were closed in my face. So, and also being that entity that can open doors, windows, for other people that in similar situations too. So I feel like I am rambling on and on. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I kind of left out. I know I do a lot of things, a million and one things, but I'm definitely that person. I am not a jack of all trades, master of none. I am a master at all the things that I say I do. I've taken a lot of time, energy to cultivate my own skills, my own craft, and all the things that we're doing. So, I am that girl, okay? Like definitely that girl. I've been featured, my fashion events have been featured in Vogue, Marie Claire, rolling out Hype Beast, Hype Bay, and a bunch of others. Um, they've been talked about and featured nationally, internationally, and with Plus Ultra, when PBS did a documentary on us for kind of everything that we've been doing, from not just a nerd, just being a nerd, but also from women co-led, how diverse we are, the episode 1-2 Emmys. So that's where I, I figured you might have asked, but like a lot of people end up asking Emmys, like, what? How did that happen? But yes, the episode that our company was featured in won 2 Emmys. So and the PBS, the director who actually physically has those awards, was nice enough and like was open enough and transparent enough to thank not just myself but also Plus Ultra Entertainment for that win. So that was a huge win for us as well. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, I'm Roquois. That's me. I feel like I probably still left some stuff out, but as far as me is concerned, I am very personable. I love to meet people. I do love to collaborate. I love to I really love to just find out like what people's talents are. Like I feel like my superpower is if you tell me a dream of yours, I'll make that shit happen. I'll figure out a way like to pour into you into some way.
First of all, don't worry about it because you're rambling to a rambler. I am somebody that does exactly the same thing. So that is perfectly fine. That is a lot. And I'm just like, okay, this girl's amazing. And then you kept going. I'm like, okay, she is very amazing. And she kept going. And I'm like, oh, hold on now. She's up here. I think I see where the mountaintop is now. And I'm like, it definitely brings follow-up questions like number one, when do you sleep?
Yeah, so that's the problem. Yeah. So a lot of my friends are like, "So, did you have a self-care day yet?" And I'm just like, no." They're like, "Did you get sleep this week?" I'm like, "I slept on Thursday morning." I feel like I kind of can't. Like, when it's crazy because I'm like all stuffed up and congested. My body literally like did shut down. It was just like, "Hey, bitch, you gotta sleep. Like I'm gonna knock you out if you don't like take a break." And it kind of did.
Well, hopefully you're able to get that break. Another question, Miss Emmy Award winner. Cause I seen where you were an Emmy Award winner. I just didn't know where it was from.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you gave us that clarity. Did you at least get a picture taken with the Emmy?
So, so the way that works, like if we wanted one, we would just have to pay for it, and like, we don't have that kind of money. Like,
Just take a picture with it. It's like, hey, can I hold this real quick? And then hand it back. Like even the picture alone.
I mean, I probably could, honestly. I could probably just ask her, "Hey, like, can I get a picture with this?"
You need to get a picture
The
with the
the
Emmy.
the producer, she's such a wonderful person, and it was so funny. I never even thought to ask. I was just so happy with just how it was presented. I was fine with that.
Make sure you ask. You've already missed out on the Stan Lee thing. Don't miss out on this too.
No, I won't. You know what? You bring up some good points. I live in the moment too much, I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's why you need some people around you to go, hey, because that Stan Lee thing, I know it's gonna always be there. Get a
Yeah.
picture with that Emmy.
Yes. Yes. I definitely should. You are right.
That is just a flex that's just out there, just ready to be shown, and an accomplishment to just completely be proud of.
Yes,
And
you are right.
everything else to be proud of, especially not just as a black person, but a black woman to just kind of be on top of everything. That is just the world right now. And
It's
all I can
hard.
say.
It's hard. Like I am literally it, it's such a kind facade right now, but it's hard. Like people show their ass of how much they have a dislike and distaste for black women, especially boss black women. It is a very it's not even easy, even in the nerd community. It's hard.
Well, you're not just a boss, you are the boss. So I am the one that's telling you that right now. And of course, one of those things, like you said, I already was aware of like the New York Fashion Weeks and everything because I try to keep up with as much stuff with everybody. And I just see you with your hands in so many different things. But like we already said, one of those things that you are got your hands in is being co-owner of Plus Ultra,
Yep.
which is kind of what I want to get into a little more right now. So tell me a little bit about Plus Ultra. Like, what made you sit down and decide that this was something that you wanted to do to give to the community and something that you wanted to have a venture in?
Yeah, so me and my best friend, we used to go to cons, like, and even how we met was kind of crazy. We just kind of we met, we hung out. Um long story short, I ended up posting online that I was going to Anime NYC and I didn't want to go by myself. And I was like, does anybody want to go? You know, because I just plan on driving up and coming back, and I didn't want to drive back super late. And so this guy had messaged me, was just like, oh, hey, I'll go. And I was just like, okay, cool. Well, do you have a cosplay? Oh, I have cosplay, but it's like too big for me. And I was like, okay, well, come over the night before, stranger, spend the night at my house. I'll fix up your cosplay. And then the next morning, we'll drive to Anime NYC. And yeah, and have a great day and then come back. And so basically within that time frame and us driving up, we became best friends. And so we had that one day ended up turning into a weekend. We ended up crashing at his friend's house to kind of hang out the rest of the weekend at Anime NYC. And then, from that was 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017. No, it wasn't. It was 2018. And then we ended up, or 2019. I don't know. Time is
It's
relative.
getting away from us at this point.
But yeah, but then we started to go to conventions together, and we just kind of, you know, I'm a partier. I love to go to parties. But when it ended up happening was we just didn't see, like, they kind of felt all the same, at the time we were going. The ones we were going to just were very much the same. And I started noticing that, like, people people just didn't see a lot of themselves in some of the parties. So we ended up just having a conversation of just like, hey, well, we could just do this. We could do this. And I was just like, I have, years of events experience. And my friend didn't. He was like, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm down. I don't know how to do it. And I was just like, okay, well, I'll teach you. So then we ended up, we had this huge brainstorm. We had this whole plan. Like we had notes and notes and notes of just like literally like year 1 to year 5 of like this idea we just kind of came up with. We called it Plus Ultra Entertainment. I took a picture of him on a wall and created a logo out of that just from scratch. And yeah, that's how our emblem got made for Plus Ultra. And then we both kind of came together about on the color scheme and everything. We were like, I was like, hey, pink and black, you fucks with pink? I love pink. Okay, cool. Blah blah blah. So that's kind of how that happened. And then our first event was actually scheduled for May, like April, May 2020. But then obviously March happened and the world shut down. So we ended up taking all that time just to more thoroughly flesh out the next 5 years. Like we included all the different types of events we kind of had an interest in. You know, the the villains ball was on that list, of ideas.
Yes.
Something that we wanted to do, and this was very early on. Um, and what ended up happening was we ended up creating Nerd for Speed, which was a cosplay go-kart party, which ended up launching Halloween of 2020 in the middle of COVID, the middle of like all the craziness stuff. We had our first event, Halloween 2020, first official event, and it sold out. And it was everybody. It was social distance. It was safe because it was outdoor. But that kind of started, this whirlwind of everything. I called in favors. I called in friends who were photographers. We had food trucks. We had alcohol. We had it was just a whole vibe.
Mhm.
And then from there, we ended up using that and some of my other experience and other relationships I've built to create new relationships. And then 2021, we ended up producing some events in partnership with Awesome Con. And we got deeper in, got more attention with Awesome Con. And then they wanted to work with us because they saw, the audience that we captured, and it was something that they were kind of like wanted to tap more into. So, we ended up building a great relationship with them, and then, that just kind of jump started a lot of other things. So I did bring a lot of my past relationships into Plus Ultra. A friend of mine introduced us to the PBS contact, which that's kind of how that happened. um we started when we first were really getting involved with the conventions. We wanted to do something different, and something that I didn't see at other conventions were high quality photo shoots. I mean, I've been in the fashion industry a long time, so I'm used to some good, amazing quality photos.
Yeah.
And I didn't really see that heavy in the cosplay community because people spend so much time and energy. Like I've seen amazing pictures, but not in a sense of like, hey, I'm at a con and I can get a dope ass photo at the con. So we came up with this idea to create these high-end photo booths at conventions. So we debuted that at AwesomeCon, and we had, Shot by Ryan D. We had Interstellar Studio work with us to set up these amazing photo booths, and people were able to stop by, get a dope photo, and it was free. It helped us, kind of build our reputation for one, show people our quality of work, and also just give something back to the community. Like, here's an amazing dope photo, please tag your photographer, please show them some love, we want to share your photos, etc. And we had also continuously been doing pre-parties, after parties in surrounding conventions and things like that. And then that kind of escalated into events outside of conventions. Our One Piece boat party that we started doing every year. A lot of people look forward to that, and that's it's a actual pirate boat, and it's open bar, come and cosplay. Like, it's a party, it's a vibe. We love One Piece over here. So, we started doing stuff like that. The Villains Ball. That, like, don't get me wrong, I'm a hero to my core, but I have, like, just in living life in my body, I have been screwed over so much. I have had, like, the worst experiences, and still I rise. But I was talking with my best friend and my business partner. I was just like, this was very early on. This was before we even had our first event. We were talking about all these different things and programming and stuff. And I was just like, you know what? I need an opportunity where I could just be a villain. I could just be a bad bitch. I don't gotta think about nothing. I don't gotta do no hero shit. And that's kind of how the Villains Ball was born. And then we ended up actually implementing that a couple years, 2 years into Plus Ultra. We had our first Villains Ball event, and now we're in our third year. So it's just been a lot of exponential growth. And even with us having the studio, like, having a physical space was in our 5 to 10 year plan. And we got a physical space. We started as a pop-up in our fourth year. So on top of the fact of, like, within our first 2 years, within our first year, we started working with a big convention, being AwesomeCon, and then that grew from there. Anime NYC, that grew from there with, we reached out and did some stuff with DreamCon. We started doing more panels and things like that. We did a panel out in Vegas at Level Up. um we worked with BlurredCon. We've been doing the BlurredCon Day Zero party for 3 years now, and that's just kind of grown from it being a small thing to where now it's just exponentially growing. And all these events, like, I'm a bougie girl, so I'm used to going to a lot of higher end events where we get swag bags, we get all these types of fun things, and I brought a lot of that into Plus Ultra. So when you come to our events, I love to be able to give people free shit. So, for example, our Anime NYC after party, like, VIP got free sushi. We leveraged a really great relationship with Sebastian Matsuda and Sushi Delic, which is that was a coincidence because I had been to Tokyo pre-COVID and went to the Kawaii Monster Cafe, which was, like, on my bucket list. And then 3 years later, almost 4 years later, I ended up meeting the owner of both Kawaii Monster Cafe, and now they own Sushi Delic, and now I'm partnered with them for my company with my best friend Plus Ultra, and now we're able to like bring free sushi to our VIP guests, which is like, I mean, how often are you able to like just go shake some ass and then, but also then get a free drink or get like some free high quality sushi? Like, I want to make sure that we're giving our community like the best of the best, but also having a bomb time at the same time. So Plus Ultra has really like transformed in a way where like we've been able to incorporate a lot of our own passions, passions of those on our team, interests and things like that directly back into the company that can then serve the bigger, greater, good of the community. So yeah, now I'm rambling again, but yeah. Plus Ultra, our whole mantra is why just have a good time when you can go beyond. And like I feel like we live that, and we strive to like push that into the ether. And we're all about just doing dope shit. Like our ultimate goals are like just doing dope shit with our friends, creating safe spaces. Me being a woman, I don't play that. So, people come to our events. If I hear a peep of something, I'm the muscle. I'm coming and I'm kicking your ass out.
You heard that. She said she's the muscle.
I am.
Look, as somebody who was VIP at one of these Plus Ultra events, yes, we definitely saw the sushi up there in the area that was just for everybody to get. So that was definitely a nice touch. I gotta go to one of those villain balls at one of these days because they always look fun. And I can see how you would want to feel like that too. Just like I just want to be bad for one day. Just walk up in there like freaking Corella did in that movie.
Yep.
And just get it down like that. So no,
and
that
I hope you felt special as a VIP guest. I hope you felt like a very important person.
I mean, we had our own section. There was free food, free sushi. I'm not the biggest sushi person, but the gesture, it was still freaking amazing. I mean, you shouted me out while we were there. Like, no, definitely felt important.
Oh, well, so that's another thing. We do try to make sure like it's not just names on a list, like everybody who is a special guest, like, I want to come, I want to greet you. I want to, we want to shout people out. We want people to know like, hey, we got YG Young Goku in the building. Like if y'all don't know her, y'all need to go check her out. She's right there. While we sometimes can't bring everybody like on stage or like in camera or something like that, like it, moments like that are important to us. And even people who aren't special guests, like birthday shout outs and things like that, like those are all things that are really important to me. I do make sure, and my business partner does too, we always make sure we walk through the crowd, we talk to people. Hey, are you having a good time? We want feedback. Is there anything that we, excuse me, I just burped. Is there anything that we could do better? Like, I don't know. I want to get to a point to where we know, I mean, not everybody, we're never going to know everyone's names, but it would be nice to like just really get to know people on like a personal level. It's just like, hey, you know what, you came to the last like 2 or 3 events, or we've seen you at some of our events before. Thank you so much for coming. It means a lot.
Yeah, this isn't Cheers. I don't think you're going to be able to know everybody's name around there, but you can get to know as many people as possible. I mean, heck, you came and took a picture with us. Well, and I did not see that coming. We were just up there getting pictures taken, and here you came.
You're the celebrity, not me.
But you are the boss, not a boss, the boss. And we're gonna have to talk about that One Piece boat thing too. But no, Plus Ultra is definitely, like I said, I'm definitely gonna be going back the next time that me and Plus Ultra is in the same town. That is something that's definitely gonna happen. So if y'all are having another event in New York, I will be there. And
yes, please.
definitely got to go down because everything that you're doing just with Plus Ultra, with the New York Fashion Week, with everything, like you're definitely making history out here. And the fact that you're making history as a Black woman is just absolutely outstanding.
I would not be here if it wasn't like for the support of my team, and also like my business partner, best friend Gio. Like he really does a great job of keeping me sane, but also feeding into my crazy. And he's a great ideas person too, so like being able to bounce ideas off people, and then just like we have a lot of great amazing volunteers and stuff, so we're still growing. And I really want to get to the point to where we could be so successful to where all of our friends who help us out can quit their jobs, and we can all do this full time. That would be the great goal, but
Yes.
there's so much more that goes into that. But yeah, that's a dream. Hopefully that can happen one day.
That is always the dream. Look, keep following those dreams, Les. That is the ultimate dream for everybody. All of us here, just to get to a point where the 9 to 5s can go, and what we're doing is just what we're doing. But I'm glad that you are out there making history, because I need to have you make some more history, and I need to make sure if you're going to be on the right side of history, because there is something that we do on this podcast with all our first time guests. But there's a question that we need to ask, and I need to go ahead and get you on the record for this question right now. So, Roquois, please say it with your chest right now: Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
I know my answer. Nickelodeon.
I knew it. I knew it. I felt it. I felt that.
You said you heard that laugh. You just kind of knew.
Nah, since the beginning.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, but like
She said something about Nick in the whole conversation. I said, "Oh, Nick, you say?" Y'all thought I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, I was paying attention with the ghost writing with a couple of rappers. I was like, "Oh, there's ghost writers and a rapper." Oh, I'm gonna let her keep going though. I'm gonna let her keep talking.
I mean, I love both. Like it's hard. It's a really hard one, because like before I knew about anime before it was part of Cartoon Network. But so it was just a magical plus that, Adult Swim and everything kind of happened, and Toonami and everything. So uh but like I don't know, it is kind
like
of hard.
what shows did it for you for Nick? I'll make it better. This is gonna be way better. Like what shows just
So
did it for you to
now
choose Nick? What
the
shows
more
did?
that I'm saying it now, I'm like,
Yeah.
actually it's probably as Cartoon Network, for the simple
Oh,
fact
wow. What he
for the
saying,
simple
Wally?
fact that
Whoa.
it, for the simple fact that Toonami specifically.
Huh.
Now, if he had said Nickelodeon and Toonami, that would have been a different answer. But it is really hard to choose, because Nickelodeon, you have Hey Arnold. Like you
Right.
cannot deny the if you go back and watch it as an adult, like what the hell?
Okay.
Rugrats.
All right.
Literally, like I mean kind of every show from that era. That's kind of like, those are a lot of shows where you didn't even realize kind of what you were really absorbing until you kind of got a little older. But then Cartoon Network, like specifically, just I don't even need to talk about the cartoons on Cartoon Network, but specifically the anime. Like, I was introduced to so many anime that I just um never would have had access to if it wasn't for Toonami. Like, and that's not including Sailor Moon. I was watching Sailor Moon before it actually came on Toonami and Cartoon Network. When
At like
it
5 o'clock in the morning on
yes,
the local
right. And
channel.
and the Super
Yes.
Mario Brothers came on right after that. That's me. That was what I was getting up to watch that. Okay.
I'm showing my age again. I don't care. Anyway,
It's okay. Me too. And then with like you had Ronin Warriors, Escaflowne, you had Reboot,
Reboot.
like literally every show
Have
that
you gone back and tried to see Reboot now? You just realize how it doesn't look great. It seemed cutting edge at the time.
terrible. But they had these little snippets in the beginning of Reboot, and one of the snippets they did a Sailor Moon tribute. So like this was like a split second before Reboot started. They had all the little block characters holding up the Sailor Moon um um scepters and things, and I was just like, that moment right there, if I could just clip that out. I don't know if anyone will remember that. I remember that. Anything kind of Sailor Moon that was a crossover, I remembered. Just like when they did the Voltron Sailor Moon crossover, where they had, well, I wouldn't say crossover, but they had like two characters the Voltrons were painted as like Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. I thought that was a vibe. But
So-
yeah, so I take that back. It's a hard one, but like yeah, specifically because of Toonami, I'm gonna go with Cartoon Network. But Nickelodeon, it's a 50-50 because Nickelodeon has a certain part of my heart.
Somebody got to be 49 and somebody got to be 51. What's going on here? What's going on here, bro? That's not how this works. You on the hot seat. That's not how this works.
We need a definitive final answer. You seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Final answer.
Like what is it? What is it? Do you need to call a friend? Do you need to call a friend?
Lifeline?
Like what's going on, bro? Like come on.
I will. Okay. I know. Sorry, chat, for being indecisive. I really am. But like, anime, specifically anime.
So we going with the CN. So we going with the big dog. So we going with the big dog. Okay then. Okay, take her off the board.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
So she's 8. So there's 8.
We got her.
We got 8. We got 8 on Nick and a lot of people on Cartoon Network. Oh yeah, I've been counting. Yes, I've been counting because she was about to be the 9th. She's going to be the 9th user of the one for all. So I was trying to figure out if she's gonna go beyond with the Nickelodeon answer.
50 though, it really can. It really can.
Not by the chart that we have.
Oh no. Cartoon Network is way beyond above average level. No, not even average level. It's just gone. It's just up there in the Cartoon Network and the board. I can literally try to name so many people, but it's just not even fair. But my Nickelodeons, I can name for sure. Because you on an island with nothing but straight females. Straight females. There is not one male yet has ever crossed on the Nickelodeon island.
No, I one. And literally anime alone, it's definitely got to be Cartoon Network. Like
Goku. I see you crying. But it's okay.
It's okay because see, Goku, I don't want you to answer because I want you to hold that off when we have you on the podcast. Yeah, see what I did there.
Go don't cry. Don't cry. It's okay. You can be just like her with your 3, with the rest of us actually 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning watching the Inuyasha.
If you fell asleep, it's gonna wake you up.
Going around with the Cowboy Bebop time around that time.
The more I hear you talk, the more I'm like, yeah, I
got the Bleach going on around the time. But I'm talking Toonami though, you feel me? Because I'm really more of I can talk about Toonami all day, but I'm more of a cartoon because I could go from cartoon from the beginning to the end of the shows. But we already know my answer because we're not going to break it down because it's all about her. So all I know is she's not on the island with the Nickelodeons. She's not with them, which it will be I'm not going to lie, because y'all need some more people because I'm over here literally like, I want to see more people. Well, slowly, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Actually, come over here with you. Season 3, y'all are actually doing it. You're doing it.
If we had to break away from specifically Toonami, all right, you got OG Teen Titans before they
that's what I'm saying.
Teen Titans.
Cartoon Network just has a lot. And there's no disrespect.
Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Ed, Eddie, Johnny Bravo, all of those.
To be real, I was waiting on you because she was like,
come on, like you're my Jim and the Holograms twin, so I know you like some of these older.
Yeah, I love so many nostalgia shows. That's why it's hard for me because like, Nickelodeon has so many great, as told by Ginger, like, Pepper Ann.
See, when you was going to when you was going to the Nickelodeon verse, this is where, because you was speaking like I like the Hey Arnolds and stuff like that. I said, okay, I said she's gonna cook or she's gonna cook. Like where she's gonna put some season on this chicken. Like I was waiting on you to put that on there because I thought you was gonna go with the Angry Beavers. You feel me? I thought you was gonna hit us with the monsters. You feel me? I thought you was gonna hit it with the Teenage Robot.
I have All Real Monsters hoodie.
Yeah, Cat Dog.
I'm not a fan of Angry Beavers. I'm not a fan of Ren and Stimpy. I just could not get it.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I was waiting on. I'm like, where's the season? Where's the paprika? Like, where's the we making chicken here? You gotta make the chicken right.
By the way,
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Come on now.
I didn't hear you try to slide in Pepper Ann like that ain't a whole Disney cartoon.
Wait, was that Disney?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
But this is.
I like Pepper Ann though.
I do too. Shoot, you had Eat My Shorts, Goosebumps. Was that Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Goosebumps was on there. It was on there.
Are you talking about Salute Your Shorts?
Are you? Oh yeah, Salute My Shorts. Yeah. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, all those. Like,
Those are
Yeah.
Nick.
See,
or,
that's
Sn-
what.
or more Snick, but still on Nick.
Wait, Angry Beavers was good. See, look, that's why. See, that's why her season was not cooked in Nickelodeon. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
She
I'm
said she
good
didn't
on
like
Angry
when
Beavers.
nobody doesn't like Angry Beavers. That's when I know there's something wrong with this chicken.
But Angry Beavers wasn't originally on Nickelodeon, I think.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Or OG, because it was a short. It was a short before it actually got its own show.
Well, a lot of cartoons were short before they got their own show, which is amazing how the 90s were because people were just taking small. Half of the classic Cartoon Network cartoons were shorts before they became like Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory. All of those were shorts on Cartoon before they even got their own shows.
That's true. Yep.
You
You're
see?
right about that.
She's a friend. Look, it's
Recess
okay.
was,
She got it.
CW or something.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Recess wasn't Nickelodeon. Recess was like
No,
CW.
that
No,
was
that's Disney. Oh, that's
Disney.
Disney. Oh, that's Disney for sure.
Yeah, Disney. It was part of One Saturday Morning along with Pepper Ann. And you know whatever Disney did with the rest of Doug, they were all on Saturday morning on ABC.
But Doug was also on Nickelodeon.
I know,
Yes.
and then Disney
came in and was like, "Yo, what's up?"
and
messed it completely.
destroyed
Yeah,
it.
and
Messed it up completely.
Yeah,
Messed
Doug,
it up completely.
Doug.
Sorry, I'm commenting from the other YouTuber. This is Black Crystal Cosplay and sending a letter to my girl. Thank y'all for hearing from her, for her story, her greatness, all of it.
Okay, so I didn't quite know who that was. So shout out Black Crystal Cosplay. I do know you.
Yeah, she's
Look,
amazing.
You got to come in with your Instagram names so people understand, huh? You got to come in with your star name, huh?
Nah,
Ain't
she's
that
like,
crazy?
I'm on the other
Nah,
account right now.
I feel you. I'm the same way on Twitch, bro. I feel the same way.
I don't
I'm
play
the same
about
way.
Black Crystal cosplay. That's a superstar.
Look, Black Crystal. Don't actually be a Black Crystal on Teen Titan, okay? You see what I did there with Blackfire? You see what I did there? So like, don't do it. But look here,
It
though.
could be a crystal gem.
But look here though. But back to the topic at hand though.
Crystal gems.
Look, I ain't
Which
look.
is on what network?
Not network of
That's
all networks of the
network.
CN. Oh, absolutely. But look here.
I didn't watch. I watched Steven Universe like way after it was off of Cartoon Network. I had like watched it on some website or something because I had never seen it. And when I did finally watch it, it was so good.
Hey, it's okay because guess what? We still in there in the Cartoon Network world. So look here. Back at hand. Look here. So she chose Cartoon Network. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we got her. So at the end of the day, there is nothing else y'all can even defend her on the size of the Nickelodeon, which we are absolutely one of those people. Will forever give you the crown of a lot of things of the shows in Nickelodeon. But sometimes you just gotta ask when a person, what type of food this person is cooking, and you gotta make sure the chicken was seasoned right, and the chicken was very questionable. So you have to understand what was going on. But it's okay though. It's okay. She got it.
Seafood. I'm pescatarian.
See, that's why there was something wrong with the chicken. She don't even mess with it. She don't even rock with it.
And your girls are showing you all kind of love in the chat. Just all the love.
Where can I see the chat? I can't see it.
You said you had us pulled up on your phone.
Yeah, but it doesn't show the chat. I have not been able to see it this whole time.
So do you have us in full screen?
No, I have it like.
You should be able to. You know what? Go off of it and then click it and then go back into it because the live chat should pull up automatically.
Unless you push the comment section and the chat should pop up.
Or hit the comment section and then the chat should pop up.
Make sure her seafood is fresh.
Look, we 2 hours in. I'm sorry if anyone was expecting an answer from me. I have not seen the chat. Please forgive me.
But you can see it now, though, right?
No, I'm still looking for it.
Look here, her seafood fresh. Look here, I'm not Food Wars, okay? I am not that guy, but I can understand why.
Nope, there's no chat over here for me.
How is there no chat?
No swine, no bird.
Are you on the YouTube
app?
Or...
Oh, I wasn't in the app. I just clicked open it. You know what?
Oh,
I see things
Safari.
Wow. Oh my gosh, there were so many chats in here.
You did the Safari, huh?
So I just clicked the link when he sent it. So
and it opened its own.
Yep. Yep. I should. You got to tell me open it in the app.
Gotcha. I got you.
Now I feel so rude that like I feel like I have been ignoring the chat. I'm so sorry.
Oh
That's
no.
okay, because for the most part, we've been repeating back what they said, so you've had still a good idea of what they've been saying. But now you can see it yourself, especially since they are showing you not some of the love, but all of the love.
My government, but I had to tell
Yes,
my
shout
girl
out
I love her.
everybody.
She is so amazing.
YG, Black Crystal, Tyrell P, Rad, Morse Code. I didn't know you were in the chat. Hey.
She needs to speak more, baby.
She's not done speaking now. This
Hold on,
podcast is over with.
hold on. Let me jump in right here.
Okay.
Nah, because I've been letting you go off and let you go glaze her for a hot minute. Now the devil horns got to jump in now. Look here, Miss Black Crystal over here. Have you not heard her multi-talent? Have you not Have you not heard the 40-minute of Shakespeare monologue she gave about herself? I don't think you understand. We gave her the mic. Have you seen Drumline, one band, one sound? Oh yeah, that's exactly what she was doing.
Shout out to our bestie Orlando Jones, though.
Absolutely. See, look, she tried to say our bestie and stuff. I'm talking about she was going by Emmys, talking about making animation like for like Pixar's and other, then making partnerships with a sushi brand, and then going on out here making songs for an album twice.
Trina.
Then winning Emmys. Like, boy, you think I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying? And then homegirl talking about making songs for rappers.
No, I just talked to him the other day.
See, look at this. And that's why I said, and then she was talking about her studio and stuff like that, bro. She was flexing this entire time. She was like, oh, no, this stuff. No, I know a flex when I see a flex. She was flexing, my boy. So look here. I've been over here. Look, we gave her the mic. She's been dancing all around. Have y'all seen the Michael Jackson blood on the dance floor? That's what she was doing the entire way. So she got the mic. She was going nutty. Now back to you. I'm not new to this. I'm true to my friend. I know you are. You better be like My Hero Academia. She knows my social security number. We locked in. Social security is wow. That's a different level. That's a fair trust. Wow. She's definitely the GOAT. The GOAT. The GOAT.
Y'all are so great.
She saved my life. She flew. Hold on. What? She saved my life. She flew to a different country to save me. Dad.
And also has a social security number. Don't pass that part.
Wait a minute. I know. That's literally what I said. That's what I said. Social security number. You hear me say, wow? That's the first thing I said when I saw, wow, that's a different level of.
That's up there.
And back to you, Miss Crystal. Saving,
Crystal cosplay.
Look here.
Who's amazing, by the way.
She saved your life from another country. What is she, Avengers, dog?
Yeah, yeah, you'll see.
She flew out the Plus Ultra plane.
Nah, bro.
Went over there.
Plus Ultra plane. She got a plane like Drake. She got a plane. She got a plane like Drake. Goku, the real GOAT. Shout out Caps. The real GOAT. I said Goku, the real GOAT. The real GOAT. Shout out Caps. Oh, absolutely. The queen of all ghosts. That's why I said I just been letting her rumble. Just let her go. Because like I said, I was not.
You know what it is? No one ever asks stuff about me. So this was great. I really appreciate it.
That's good.
We want to know all the stuff about you. And we want everyone else to know all the stuff about you. So that is why we're here. Which is why one of the things we know about you now is your infatuation with Cartoon Network over Nickelodeon. So we're glad we have you on the record for that.
Yeah. Especially
because you said it's for the anime alone. And one of the things you mentioned at least 2 or 3 times in that conversation was Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah.
So we got to get into a little Sailor Moon. So you get to have the floor again because I know how much you love Sailor Moon. Like me, you can watch it early in the mornings.
I love Sailor Moon. Like I as corny as it is, I don't care. Sailor Moon.
Is it corny though? Is it corny though? Let's be real. Is it corny though?
Sailor Moon genuinely like raised me. Like I feel like that whole magical girl essence. Like I feel like I live that, and I want that. I want that for others. I want to. I don't know. I want to save people. I want to, be a light to people, just like Sailor Moon is to.
Back in the day, anime was all about saving people, friendships, to life, besides Kenshin. So it's okay.
Friendship, love, justice, all of that. Like
triangles. That was a huge thing.
So
yes, triangle relationships was a huge thing.
My logo is like triangles. I love triangles and crescent moons. It's like my whole vibe. Okay. I don't care. I will be a walking like.
Oh God.
Like cornball if that's the case. I don't care. Sailor Moon till I die.
All right,
Like,
good. As long as you're not fairy tale, I ain't mad at you. Keep going.
Yeah, well, we're not talking.
Keep going. Keep going. Talk about Sailor Moon. Keep going. Because
Uh,
to be fair though, people kind of fail to realize it. Because I like it when you say it's corny. Because I haven't really watched Sailor Moon, but I know I got a lot of just to know what's going on. I watch some clips and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't gonna be
you have to watch
but
it while
I
I walk you
understand.
through it.
No, but I
It's
100% understand though
more.
because
It's
it's
a
a
whole thing.
it's a lot of depths in the matter and stuff what is going on and stuff. So for people who really say it's really corny and stuff for the time zone that it is, it's really exceptional to what it was around that time. So I'm not gonna
No,
let that corny.
no. When Sailor Moon came out, it unmatched. I think what it does, it gets hard for people now because of all the oversaturation of anime now to kind of really get back into that like OG magical girl, especially with like, I mean, you got to watch the 90s version. It's not, Sailor Moon Crystal is great because it's a little closer to the manga, but OG Sailor Moon is its own like amazing, creation on top of the movies. The movies are amazing, but like I don't know, it's just so great. It really like people who have that Sailor Moon essence, they treat their friendships and their relationships so different.
Yeah.
Like we care so deeply.
Well, I know I have Sailor Moon posters on my wall. Actually, I watched it, like we said, at early in the mornings as
Mhm.
a kid, and I read the manga as well. So he's gonna be right back. So trust me, I get it, and I know what it's like to be like a fan and just take over a culture because Sailor Moon issued and it ushered a culture
Yep.
to anime people. Like when you think about a lot of the things that people say they like about anime, a lot of it came from Sailor Moon.
It sure did.
You know,
I mean,
what
transformation sequences in general, like, come on.
did you used to ever do transformations yourself?
Of course, moon prism power. What? Hell yeah. I still do that shit now.
Are there any videos of this anywhere?
No, I should film one. But yeah. Actually, one of my singles that should be dropping by the end of the month is going to be a Sailor Moon transformation inspired kind of vibe.
I would definitely be looking out for that. But yeah, like whether they were the first ones to do it or not, Sailor Moon was just responsible for what, like we said, whether it was transformations or the
Yep.
schoolgirl outfit. You
Yep.
know, like they ushered a lot of things that anime just continued to do.
I mean, and there was so much education people didn't really get. Like even all the characters were based on like, you know, planets, precious stones, precious metals, like
Nephrite,
everything.
Zoisite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything had a direct tie into like real life in some way, which was really cool. Even the whole like there, so when Sailor Moon first came out, it was right around the time. Well, I wouldn't say it was right around time, but years later, because technically they were like, oh, was it Pluto? They were saying that wasn't a planet, and then it became a planet again, and Sailor Moon had did that first. It was a whole thing, but like Sailor Moon kind of had that little a couple of things where it was like the Simpsons effect with some stuff. But Sailor Moon in general is just such a great show.
Well,
It's messaging behind everything. It's you know i- like the true Moonies are people who can like really click right away. Like me and you clicked right away. When we met, we had our own little sidebar
we
conversation.
talked for like an hour.
We did. I was like, I don't know what it was the Sailor Moon in you. I love it.
And speaking of, I will say this. First of all, you can't really have the Sailor Moon universe without Sailor Pluto because she's the holder of time.
Look, so and that's another thing. It's like people who are watching it like now, if they don't actually get to sit through the 90s version and they're only kind of watching Crystal, it's like you don't really get it's they're so different. But like if you didn't read the manga, like it's so good. It's just so deep. There's so much depth and
Sailor
like
Moon was the original crybaby hero.
yes. Yes. And who always rose above, you know, most powerful being in the universe, in most of the anime universes. um just like people not even really understanding the power of reincarnation, like love, I mean, just how ahead of its time Sailor Moon was, with showing the love of LGBTQ community, like the transformations with the starlights, like that was it was just
Except here in the English dub, because they took out all of that stuff and
I know.
changed genders and made the others
Yep.
cousins and
Fisheye, they did Fisheye very
fish eye.
strange
Yeah, it's like they're
in
switching
the
genders and stuff. It's like,
yeah, but the real ones knew. The real ones knew kind of what it was when it was happening. And then, they did do a good job with it in Crystal, but it's just not the same, but like they're both incredible. The movies incredible. The manga incredible. Like it's so sad. It's like it's happy, it's sad, so much death, so much reincarnation. It's great.
there's a lot of death and a lot of reincarnation in Sailor Moon. But like I said, it's still a top 10 anime for me.
Yes.
So that will just always be there. I don't know, like, because like you said earlier, oversaturation of anime. There's so many animes that are coming out now, right? It could start shuffling the top 10 if they stay around long enough. Because now these newer animes, they'll only have like 12 episode seasons for like 4 seasons, and then they're done.
It's called attention span.
Of course.
Yeah, they didn't give you, like, I know, OG Sailor Moon was very villain of the week, but like
Mhm.
no one's doing villains like Sailor Moon did villains. Like the outfits crazy. Like you could cosplay any villain from Sailor Moon and it slaps.
First of all, don't down a good villain of the week show. I grew up off of Power Rangers, and I will
But that's
always.
the thing, the villain animes now are not really doing that. Like even though
Mm-mm.
Sailor Moon was a lot of villain of the week, they still incorporate a lot of meat and potatoes in the episodes. Like it was so good. I was able to actually have the box. It was my first big purchase. I was 15 and I had bought the box set of Sailor Moon that somebody probably ripped and like created this beautiful box set. I bought for like $350 back when I think PayPal just started to exist or whatever. And so I was able to watch. I have the original, Sailor Moon season with um subtitled, and so I was able to actually like see everything they cut out in the 90s version. And like it's still just so good. I could watch it now and I would still be just as like, oh, I love this. Like, there people don't know Sailor Chibi Moon got the Glock. And
Where's the silver crystal?
people forget about that because now, they bleeped it out or they deleted it.
Well, here's the good thing. When Viz Media took over Sailor Moon, they went back and redubbed the original. They put everything back in and they redubbed it in English. So if you're a sub, if you're a dub lover, you can now go watch the original Sailor Moon with everything the way it's supposed to be, with all the correct genders, with all the deaths. Everything is back in. The correct names, not the American names they were given, the real names, Usagi, Mamoru, all of that.
Which is even more incredible overall because of the partnership, the beautiful partnership between Sailor Moon and Hunter x Hunter.
And
Like-
their relationship. We're gonna get to Hunter x Hunter a little later, by the way. But yes, the relationship that they have, that's just, and with Sailor Moon being based on love, it's really crazy when you think about it.
But you know what I will say, and I'm a huge, I'm a sub girl, but also I love the original, the OG voices from the OG Sailor Moon. But what people just like don't get, I miss, and this is something I wish, like I hope I can do one day, but I miss the Americanized songs from that they redid for an anime, like all the original songs from Sailor Moon that were done, the English versions of the songs. Like this was when you had your Japanese intro, and then America was just like, nah, we're
We'll
gonna
do our
go
own.
we're gonna go do our own thing. And I love the songs that the American songs they did for Sailor Moon, like
Which are gone now.
believe in the power of love. Like, come on, them songs were so good, like so good. They just hit different too. They literally they pulled on your heartstrings
Mm-hmm.
in a different way than the original Japanese music did.
And that's a downside because yes, they redubbed it and just basically redubbed the original Japanese and English dub. But what that also did was that took away
Yep.
all of the English songs, so they're
Yep.
all gone now. Like, and you can't find. Well, I guess you could like on YouTube or whatever, but you can't find an official release of that original '90s one anymore.
Like Ray is not singing "Oh Starry Night." Like, you can't find
Not
that.
anymore. But that's how they used to do it back then. But now, even in English dub, they will still keep all of the original Japanese songs.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really do the whole let's dub this. And even when they used to do it, because even like watching One Piece, you'll see like in the beginning, you know, they did English dub versions of all the songs, like for like halfway through the series, and then they just finally said, "Screw it, we're not doing that anymore."
Yep.
You know, because that's not the thing anymore. But
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, dragon, Papa Dragon. But like, come on.
without the English versions, we don't get that original Sailor Moon intro.
Yep.
We don't get the Pokemon theme because that's not the
true.
theme in Japanese.
You're right. That's true. And it'll be a time when we're like old and we're just like, dang, are we the only ones who remember this?
That Pokemon theme is never gonna die. You've been to anime clubs.
Oh no, that's gonna live forever. Like, and then the Poke Raps, I know all of them. Like, come on, karaoke night. It's time to go. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to bust a Poke Rap right now.
Articuno, Jinx, Nidorino, Beedrill, Haunter, Squirtle, Chansey, Pokemon. Wait, but my favorite one is Charmeleon, Wartortle, Mewtwo, Tentacle,
Aerodactyl,
Night,
Slowpoke. You're talking to a Pokemon guy too.
Yes, we can totally do the Poke Rap at karaoke.
You know, we would definitely keep that in mind. But like I said, we talked about the link that Sailor Moon has with Hunter x Hunter, and I said we're going to talk about Hunter x Hunter, but we're going to make a sweet detour to Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Because I know that you are also a fan of Demon Slayer. How do I know that? Because I asked you to send me what your favorite animes are.
Look, I'm a crier. I was bawling when Nezuko like sacrificed herself. I was bawling, and then screw that. That was my second uncontrollable cry. The first one was with the Fire Hashira. The movie, the whole movie, and that damn crow at the end, I was inconsolable. Okay, like anime in general just does something to me, especially when they just start really pulling at the emotions. But like any anime that just makes me cry the way so many anime have made me cry, like Demon Slayer, I probably cried a good 4 or 5 times, but specifically Mugen Train. Was it? Yeah, it was Mugen Train. And then is that the name of the movie? Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
I'm like, wait a minute, don't second guess myself now. And then when Nezuko sacrificed herself, like I lost it. I lost
You
it.
want me to tell you how our wavelengths continue to link up? Because you just reminded me that there was a topic I wanted to discuss on this podcast and I forgot to put it on the rundown.
Mhm.
And one of the things I was going to ask you that I don't have a slide for was a moment that made you uncontrollably cry. And you just happened to say one anyway. So look at that.
Oh, well, no, here's another one. Assassination Classroom. I was bawling at the end of Assassination Classroom. Okay, I don't care what no one says. I had to call my friend who had recommended to me. I was just like, you did not tell me that I would be crying this hard. You didn't warn me.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he was like, "Oh yeah, my bad. It was sad."
Oh yeah, my bad.
Also, you pulled a trend. She basically pulled a trend then. You pull the little trend I've been seeing what's going on when your favorite anime character dies and your best friend knows. I saw that was going on.
Mm.
I
Crazy,
saw that. They put the
crazy
SpongeBob
work.
voice actor over it.
Crazy work. But yeah,
Girl,
Assassination Classroom. Yeah, that was a that was an unexpected cry, ugly cry.
no, the thing that people get enjoyment out of watching other people's sadness, like I've seen like videos of parents have their camera up, and it was this guy, he had his camera up and he had his little girl in front of the TV, and she was watching The Lion King for the first time. And right before the Mufasa scene, he starts recording, and she's just like, "Why?" He's like, "No, just like, why would you want to do that to your kids and get it on camera?"
Yeah,
I mean, I
that
guess it's
look.
entertaining for
I'm
us,
so
but
glad there was nobody recording me every moment that I had an ugly cry moment during an anime because there would definitely be some reel that probably went viral on TikTok of just a montage of me ugly crying to anime.
So
hey,
so the Mugen Train. So was it the Mugen Train or was it Nezuko? Was the one that really did it for you? Which one was it?
It was both. So it was both because on Mugen Train, I was in the movie theater just crying. Like I was just like, I can't- I didn't. I had no tissue, so I'm just like, wiping my face with my. I had on my Zenitsu cosplay, so I'm just wiping my face with my Zenitsu robe. And then, but and then equally, like when Nezuko sacrificed, it was the music. Like, and I shout out Black Crystal. She
Black
did. She
Crystal,
mentioned,
yeah.
like, for me, it's a tie-in. Like a song can make me cry. You know, when you tie in both a sad moment anime plus an epic a song choice, oh,
Hmm.
that's a double whammy. That's like, yeah, that's tears on top of tears right there. And then and so I guess I would probably have to put Nezuko probably maybe first because I went and then went to the movie theater again when they did like the preview. Basically they showed the next season, but they did a little bit of the preview of the previous season, so I'd already seen it already, obviously. So this is like the third time I'm watching it and I still cried.
Mm.
So that's how I know it's good, because I cried twice. I knew it was coming and I was just like, okay, thinking like, oh yeah, well I already know what's gonna happen, so I'm fine. Nope, I still cried in the movie
Hmm.
theater, in public.
In public.
Would you? So if Nezuko was the one that you cried the most, so that was Swordsmith arc, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
so what I'm hearing is you enjoy that arc.
Oh yes, yeah, I did enjoy that arc. That
Mm.
whole arc was it was it was very packed. It like they did not
Mm.
disappoint with like
Mm.
fight scenes. Um, just with like, I mean, seeing the Hashiras kind of like go all out, get beat up, like get pushed to their limits. That I thought it was a good arc.
The Hashiras always get beat up. They ain't nothing new.
Okay, good. I'm actually really glad to hear you say that about that art, because there's been this long going thing that a lot of people do not feel the same way.
I
So
mean, to each his own. Like you can't deny the limits that were pushed to then create all the moments where that kind of were brought together for Nezuko to walk in the sun. Like that was just eh,
it's just, Demon Slayer always gets this long running like overrated tag on it, which I've never agreed with. So that's why it's always good to hear more people that really enjoy the story.
yeah. It's overall it was just so good and so emotional at the same time. So
With that being
so
said,
many
though,
things.
as much as you do love Demon Slayer, is it in your top 10 anime?
Uh yeah, it's definitely in my top 10. I think it would be in my top 10. Like I've seen so many that have a special place in my heart. So I think I could put Demon Slayer in my top 10.
Mm.
Is it in my top 5? No, it's not in my top 5.
Not in your top 5, but you can definitively say out of all the anime you've watched that it's in your top 10 of all time.
Yeah, and it's still going. So like does it have the opportunity to kind of fall flat? I mean, it could, but I don't think it will. I think it's gonna be the next arc is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
It better be.
I've read the manga, so I know how it ends.
Okay, I didn't read the manga, so I have a life plan for when I start mangas, like actually diving into all my mangas.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that, I just read manga. I mean, I am a manga reader for certain things, but one of the things that really got me into further reading mangas is I would get into some animes that I liked so much. And then when I got to the end, I was just like, I'm not ready to be done right now. I'm not waiting. I'm going to go pick up the manga and keep going.
But yeah, so I mean, how so many anime end already. Like, I mean, I know plenty of other people that read manga, but I feel like everyone has done such a great job of like not spoiling it. No spoilers.
You're not on Twitter very often, are you?
What did you say?
I see off certain things. I saw a few things before My Hero released the last season, and I was just like, I need to unsee this right now.
I mean, like, are you a Jujutsu Kaisen fan?
Yeah, I like Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, don't spoil it.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
That was not where I was going with
wait,
that.
hold on. My hands are up, bro.
That is not where
Wait, hold on. My hands are up, bro. I ain't say a word. I'm
just saying, if you were a fan of that, I don't know if you became a victim of all the giant spoilers that happened over the past 12 months.
Nope, I did not. I'm so busy. I get to like avoid a lot of the spoilers. I mean, every now and then I might see something, and then I'll just be like, I'm just gonna forget that, and then later I'll forget it.
That's impossible for me. Once I see it, I can't get out of my head. I'll be mad forever.
Yeah.
Like I did see a big spoiler for My Hero, but like I buried it in the back of my mind, but also I didn't really know how it got to that point. So even when I did watch it, I was just like,
how it went back there. You know how it went. I know how it went back there. You asked Joy to put in a tube and you shot it, and it went all the way to the back of your brain. So that's what happens. See, if y'all don't know, that's what happens when you forget. So you have a Joy who takes your memory and puts and literally puts in the back of your brain to the forget world. So look, that's what happens.
I'm gonna watch Inside Out 2 when this is over with.
I wanna pick his brain about Inside Out 2, but I can't because you haven't seen it yet. But it was so good.
It's really good. It's really good. Very relatable to life for sure. I'm gonna read chat real quick. When they folded my boy Barker, hey, hold up, Miss Crystal. Hey, I know where I'm at. I'm there, but there's other people hasn't been there. All right, hey.
Yeah, like literally, thanks a lot because I'm not there.
Look what you just did there. See, look what you just did. See, you just proved it right there. You just proved it. Look what you just did.
Crystal literally came into the chat with a spoiler.
Unsee all My Hero. See, you can't unsee that. It's in 4K. Front of face of chat is over. And JJK, as we absolutely know, because JK is the worst fandom of spoilers of all kinds, and I give y'all the crown for that. To hell with JJK. Ooh, I ain't gonna say it.
I'm really just hoping, like I just need more animated Hunter x Hunter. I need it. Like I just need it before.
Good luck.
I know.
Good luck.
Not Crystal, I'm not upset. That's on me for not being caught up on the anime. So trust me, I'm just.
The season's been out
busting your chops.
You know what's funny? I can hear her messages. I can like hear her saying.
I'm just busting your chops. Like spoilers don't mean as much to me as they do to other people. Like realistically, like.
Oh hell no! The episode has been out for a year. Hold on, wait a minute. But hold on though. Let me jump in here though. Okay, let me be that person real quick. Let me be that person, right? So when you say a spoiler, and then you're just like, your other friends don't know the spoiler, but you've been so excited because you want to talk about this episode, but you just say it, but you have your friend who haven't seen the episode, and now you're just like, oh damn, nah, spoiled it. Nah, I'm gonna remember it when I see it. And now your excuse is it's been out for a year.
She's not wrong though, especially with us hosting a podcast. I have a responsibility
your
to
excuse,
be more on top of these
things. No, don't let her win. Don't let her get out of this alive. No. Don't let her win. This is the podcast is real. We are the real. She want to be on the hot seat. She could burn in that chat seat too. Nah. That's not how this works. Everybody can get the treatment. All right. So
I,
so we can
I
so
can,
we
I
gonna
can, I can see her right now trying to figure out how to
look
get
here,
on the camera. and
type
pop
as
into
much as you
the
want
chat.
on that keyboard, and I'll be here to read it. It's been out. It's
Oh.
been out for a year. I feel like it's been out for a year. Keep it real, then. Yeah, absolutely. What you mean? Motherfucker, I had to put the claps in because I feel like when you put the periods, that's where your claps was at. You feel me?
Mhm.
I hope I did it right. But like, look here. Oh hell no! Tag me in. Ha! Hey, if
Like,
you want to be,
put her on
hey,
camera. Put her on camera.
look.
If you want to be a part of the podcast, it's real. Hit us up on our DMs and we can get you scheduled and we can do this the old fashioned.
Look here, look here, look
You know
here, bro.
what you're gonna need to do though? You're gonna have YG as a guest. Later, you're gonna have Black Crystal as a guest, and then then you're gonna have to get all three of us.
We can
together.
get you all together next time. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, because look, we
Y'all
gotta,
like, hold
we
up.
gotta pick a debate.
Y'all make it seem like I'm scared though. Hold on. First of all, y'all can't hold on. Y'all over here. Y'all
wait.
y'all over here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all over here.
So what I'm hearing is, sir, Black Crystal, YG, and Ro against you, me, and our Jamaican brother, 3-on-3.
That's they seat gonna be burning.
What y'all say? Black Crystal.
I'm telling you, you
Drop
gonna
it in
be
the chat.
boiling.
Is that a go? Green light?
Look here, you will be boiling like Odin. All right. If you saw the Wano art, you'll be boiling in that pot. That's how hot this is gonna be. So don't look.
And no, that is not a spoiler. That has
Look.
been out for over a
Hard
year.
boiled.
Look here. But look, I'm gonna respectfully let you have what you want to say because your queen, your goddess is right here. So I'm gonna let you have it for right now. But next time, nah, I'm not gonna let that go. I'm not gonna let that slide because I'm not him. Oh no, I'm not gonna let none of that slide because it's been out for the year. What does that mean? I still haven't seen it. If I haven't seen it, I haven't seen it. I get if you want to say it was in the 90s or like Naruto.
Crystal and him just going
And
at it.
And you know what? He's not gonna let it slide. So
What you
there's
mean?
gonna be some sliding going on, just like make sure you slide in the DMs. We can make this happen,
Naruto
and we can
Shippuden.
get this done.
Naruto should been up. Shippuden been out for a long time. I get it. You would have said that. It's my
I've
era.
said it so many times. When we
that?
talk about the ending, and I'm like, it's been
I'm
out
not
for
the
so
one.
long.
Yeah, I get it. Naruto, I get it. By hero, that's still fresh, bro. We just now ending in the freaking manga world, bro.
Ooh, I'm not the one or the two. Let's go.
And you could be the three. What? What you mean? That's not how this goes. I get into this. Look here.
Why'd you already in it? We already counted you in.
Look.
You in the big three.
Look here. I'm chill. Look here.
I'm doing a photo shoot and hear my name.
Look here. I didn't call you out. I did not by any means, Goku. I do not want to fight you by any means necessary because I know how powerful you are. I did not call your name out. I didn't even claim I was the most powerful fighter in the world. So I ain't say none of that.
Because
Because you're going to pop up out of nowhere trying to fight me. I ain't with that. So, but.
Nah, Goku's packing. Don't mess with her.
Look here. Just don't be like Invincible, okay? If you know, you know.
I mean.
And since I know, because I don't know. Like, I fell out of Invincible, to be honest with you. Like, I know I'm the type of person that doesn't drop anything, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna finish, but I just haven't had the urgency to.
I'm saying we just finished. This season just finished.
I know.
So
I have the time.
You got time. You got time now. I'm telling you, they cooked. Oh, they cooked this season. Oh, they cooked. I can't wait to drop this video tomorrow.
There's been so many anime I've been watching. So many. Like, as busy as I am, my business partner Gio, he's always like, "How the hell do you find time to watch anime?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't know. Like, I'd be up late, and I stop watching my anime." Yakuza Fiance, so in love with Yakuza Fiance. Sakamoto Days, so good. Dan, so good. Like all the new ones are so fun. So fun to watch.
Shout out to the manga to Dan, by the way. Fire.
I'm not reading the manga, but I am caught up on the anime, and I am caught up on Sakamoto Days as well. See, it's easier to catch up with the newer stuff because I'm caught up and I can just watch them once a week. But stuff that I let get away from me, it's like I gotta find the time to do it because I'm very busy. Not like you busy because you're the boss, but it's definitely still busy out here. One thing I do want to get into real quick, I need to ask you about two people in particular on Demon Slayer because there's been a whole lot of chatter, like we've always talked about. There's been this thing about whether it's overrated or not, or which I don't really care about that, which is why I asked if it was a top 10 anime for you, because I want to see where it stood. But I need to ask you about their protagonist real quick. And what would you say your overall general feelings are on Tanjiro? Because there are a lot of people out there that say he's one dimensional, he's boring, and I just want to see what your take is.
Tanjiro is he's to me he's just a man with a plan. Like he he started off just with like I want to save my sister. That was it. It wasn't I'm trying to be the HNIC. I'm not he wasn't he didn't have all these lofty crazy ideals, goals or whatever. He wanted to save his sister. That is what he's been working towards since day one. And it's taken him obviously on this crazy, amazing journey of like, okay, I got to be stronger. I got to do this. I got to do that, making friends, all this other stuff. But he's just, he at the essence, at the core is, I want to save my sister. That's it. That's it.
Are you saying he is one
Try to
dimensional?
be anything else. It's like I wouldn't. I mean, if we want to put one dimensional in a negative connotation, I disagree with that. I think this would be a positive. I wouldn't say one dimensional. I'd probably say like just one direction. It's just this. He's got to go this way. He's got to get from point A to point B. His goals didn't change. It didn't branch off into another thing. It's always been the one thing, and I think that's a positive. I wouldn't put that as a negative.
Okay, definitely fair enough. Like I said, that's the thing that we like to ask, especially when you're a fan of it, because I'm out there. I listen to what everyone else is saying, and like I said, I've heard one dimensional, too nice to be a protagonist. Like you hear all of these things.
I mean, he's nice. He's nice, but like Sailor Moon's nice. Usagi's nice. Like
Not the
Goku's
Mars.
nice. Like I mean, to an extent, but like there's so many other characters that could be categorized as nice. He's he's nice, he's kind, like, but that also played into so many aspects of the story, at least from the anime. I did not read the manga, so don't come for me. But like even when he was fighting the the spiders, um and sorry, I don't remember every single character's name, but like just the gentle kind kills, like of just freeing people and them just being happy to kind of finally end it all. Like that's a level of kindness that extended into the sword too. So it's not a bad thing that he's nice. And then I think it's well balanced because you have two other main characters that are like low key kind of assholes. So it like works out. They can't all be nice.
Okay, fair enough. Sir, where do you fall in that overall feeling about Tanjiro and what some people like to say about him?
I feel like I said something about this before, but I'll be happy to bring this back. I mean, I really don't have no negative dot, nothing, anything that's like awkward, anything that's like honestly towards any of the thing he does at all. I don't really think he was one dimension when you really pay attention to each objective or each goals that he really had to go out and seek out to do. Because honestly, if you have to go face, if you had to think of, honestly, you know what? Let's think about it this way. Since everybody says he's one track and dimensional, why? If it was such a one track and dimensional minus thing, why did he have to go to each separation of each demon to literally get the blood to send it back to her to even absolutely to have Nesgo you feel human? And what's even crazy is before Nesgo even sacrificed herself, the whole season could have been over right then and there. But they kind of brought it back to Nesco really liking the sun. So it's kind of not a one-track minded thing because the whole thing was about Muzan since the beginning of the entire thing. And Muzan has been the main antagonist that's been controlling the entire operation and stuff. But I do agree with what she is basically saying though when it comes to slaying demons and stuff, because even though you are a demon, Tanjiro still has a kindness in you because you was once human before. So once he actually says you get a major backstory of your life for a good 2 or 3 minutes on the screen. and and he would definitely pray over your body after he executes you and stuff like that. So I just really
But
feel
wait a
like
minute, but then wait a minute though, because the gentleness and the kills, like I feel like if you got to put yourself in his shoes too, he could lose his sister at any time too. And
yeah.
if he were to lose his sister, he would want her to have that sense of calmness, freeing in her death too. So that's partly probably why he has such gentle, because it's that empathy. His level of empathy is like unmatched.
Oh, absolutely. So that's just how I feel about Tanjiro. Like I said, I don't really have much going on when it comes to Tanjiro as a character, or even his character development, the growth, or even how he goes on in a way. It's more about the other characters to me, because I'm kind of more into knowing what's going on in other people's mindset while Tanjiro's doing these things. So I just been that type of guy who's been seeking into Demon Slayer, and yeah, like I said, I don't really have a true hatred or a weird feeling towards Tanjiro on this topic.
Real quick, Tanjiro was nice until they killed Rengoku. He chucked his sword at Akaza and called him out on his shit. He doesn't play when it comes to those he cares about.
I mean, demons are different though.
True. I
Like I
mean,
said,
he could have had a Deku moment. He could have, but he didn't. He held
wait, which
he
moment by Deku? Because Deku had too many weird moments. What we talking
I
about here?
mean I mean, yeah. So,
What we talking
well,
about here?
you're
What we
not
talking about
caught up.
here?
You're not caught up.
I'm in the end of the
Eh,
rainbow,
go
but he's
for it.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, but so immediately when Deku saw Bakugo, he snapped. Don't get me wrong, he did pull himself back, but he still had that initial snap. That kind of lasted a good long time. Tanjiro, I feel like, had good restraint. Like I feel like he's just a different type of, good guy hero than Deku. They're not the same. They're similar, they're not the same.
I don't know, they're big difference, but the only thing is, I will say the similarity is because you said snap. I said we do got to keep this in mind. Tanjiro did snap on the entertainment district arc on Homegirl, where he saw her what she did to the thing, and he
He
definitely did
did. You're
snap
right
right there. I
about
said we can't ignore that. My man my man hold his breath to the point that he actually burned his own throat. So it was like you
you're right. I
got to
forget
keep that in
about
mind. He definitely snapped by why the things that to do. So they had similarities, but it wasn't like a crazy tactic of like different similarities. So, but I definitely get where you're going from though when it comes to between these two characters with Deku and Tanjiro. Tanjiro and Deku both are cancers, but Tanjiro, what does zodiac sign has to play with this? I know we're not doing this today. Tanjiro seems more emotional aware, and he knows what to
You know
what to
what?
go ape sheep. Yeah, he hardens that rage and what makes sense. Deku is a strategist, but his recklessness is like All Might's too sacrificial. The thing about Deku is, I said it way too many times in the story, and I do agree with his recklessness because his recklessness equals to his body being deteriorized every single time he fights. But it just comes to the point that when every time you see Deku fight, he always learns a new quirk, and when he learns this new quirk, it becomes very dangerous for him to unhandle and wield because he never even used this quirk before. So it pushes his body into a whole nother level of damage. No matter how hard he trains, the power is just too much for him to handle. Even the freaking other handlers, the other wielders of One for All inside of it was like the power is getting too much for them. They can't really pass it on to the next person because this is the last wielder you have, so you have to take everything. So that's why I'm like, when it comes to Deku, he always hurts himself. Tanjiro, now let me be real about Tanjiro though, because this is where I say this is the difference between Deku and Tanjiro when it comes to this chapter. Deku will use his power and just go in and don't care. Tanjiro just it's Tanjiro just follows. He's a follower leader for sure. And he done it way too many times. He did it in the Mugen Train arc. He definitely did it in the Entertainment District arc, and he definitely did it when it came to the Swordsman arc. So each thing when it comes to Tanjiro literally hurting himself, he just always just followed the leader when it comes to charismatic. Entertainment District arc, when he came with the Tengen, hurting himself, literally ran in and that was like we finna go in for the goal, and he just got Yaga in the throat right there. Or we just gonna talk about the part for his fingers being broke, or we could talk about the fact of the Red Goku art. That man literally got tarnished by boy homeboy being asleep for a little bit. Like he's a follower leader for sure when it comes to hurting himself. But when it comes to Deku just have a different mindset of it, just like, okay, this is what we have, this is what I'm finna do, this is the strategist, I got this. Tanjiro is definitely a follower leader for sure. So this is why when it comes to him later on in the story, that's why I like the character growth that he has. So it's not like one of those things that Tanjiro is terrible about, but the two different similarities is Deku I'm a strategist. I'm gonna find a way and I'm gonna get it done versus Tanjiro. I'm gonna listen to what you gotta say and I'm gonna make sure we're gonna get this done right. Because he's been like that since the
Deku's
beginning.
trying to save a mass amount of people. Tanjiro, he's sticking to his guns, even though, like, even now with Nezuko walking in the sun, she's still not saved. So like
Oh no,
he's
absolutely not. Absolutely
so
not. Not the moves to
he's
find
still
out.
got
Yeah.
even more to do. So his job's not done. But you know, Deku is just he's just thinking of everybody. He's trying to save everybody at his own expense sometimes, and it's just like just putting the whole world on his shoulder. Tanjiro at least can, I feel like, lean on the others. Like I think he thinks about things a little bit more thoroughly than Deku does.
I know. No, for sure.
I think overall, what a lot of people's problems, because you hear a lot of people say they got a problem with Deku as a protagonist as well. I just think, especially newer generation anime fans, if your protagonist isn't just like a badass, was like a rough personality, they think something's wrong with you.
Dog, we just had solo leveling and it just became one of the most disliked episodes ever just because of that one episode, bro.
They don't want nice protagonists
Because,
anymore.
because he cried.
No,
Yes.
more than that. More than
Oh,
that.
so what
It
did
was-
I miss? Because
the-
I thought solo leveling is great.
Am I allowed to say it? Am I allowed?
Wait,
Am I
is it an
allowed?
episode that
It's-
I missed?
It's in season 2.
It came out like last week.
Last week.
It might be too soon.
Last week.
Well, okay,
season
so the episode after he cried,
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, it was like this episode.
caught up.
We're getting the special mission, and the last mission is when he does something special for his mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yes, that episode.
Yeah.
When that episode aired, the whole world was mad, and I
bound to happen.
I said this too because I read the novel or manga, which one you want to call it, for solo leveling, and I said this is what I got to say to you people out there who does not like that. Y'all are so nitpickers, it doesn't even make sense. Y'all don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. Let's call it what it is. You don't know. You don't know what you want with Attack on Titan ending. You don't know what you want when it comes to a Demon Slayer art swordsman.
My top 10.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it just had one of those endings that the whole world, the fandom, just mad because they sent letters to him and stuff like that.
There were legit people who said that Attack on Titan was like a top 3 anime, but once they saw the ending, they dropped it to like 9.
And nitpicking. We're nitpicking so much in anime right now nowadays, and that's what makes me so
overall,
mad.
It's such an incredible anime. It's such an incredible anime. Like,
No, it's one of the greatest storytelling. I can literally say that out of all the animation that we have right now, Attack on Titan is on top. Like 1 through 10, I'll give it 10 storytelling for sure. I just think when it just comes to just people just choosing of what they want in the anime, they just do not know what they want. Because like I said, in Demon Slayer, that's why I find it interesting what you said as for Miss Art that you like and enjoy. A lot of people didn't like it like that much because they think the demon wasn't really that good. They didn't like the way how we didn't see Inosuke and Zenitsu in that episode, even though there was a complaining about it before about Zenitsu and Inosuke. It's mad annoying in other episodes and stuff. But now when they didn't have them because they stick it to the manga, people felt some type of way there wasn't in it. And that's why I feel like people are just a definition of nitpicking because you don't know what you truly want. You just want it very convenient for you. And I really don't like that. I really don't, because then you're going to make the anime community more hate. You're not even gonna let people rock it. So let me guess like this. So Sakamoto Day, right? So he just stopped being the most badass and he just had a very charismatic episode. We're gonna turn around and just be like, that sucks because he's too caring about his girlfriend. And I'm just like,
some people already complained about Sakamoto Days because there was one episode where there wasn't a lot of action in it, and people were like, "What is this?"
I mean, but that's one thing I miss about, like, and I know some anime actually still do it, but I love a good, like, side character. Go ahead and talk about them for an episode or 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. I love how they kind of do that. I don't see it as much anymore, which is, why we kind of lose, we end up with these 12, 13, maybe 25 episode animes instead of like the 200 episode animes. But I love that. Like, if there were some more side episodes of Zenitsu and Inosuke, I would love that. Or side character of My Hero. There's so many I like want to know more about
Oh
that.
no, and that's one thing My Hero is for sure. You're gonna get the side character. That's one thing I love about My Hero. You're going to learn about these side characters for sure. They're gonna legit just because you see them there on the stream. No, you're gonna get a daily life. You're gonna see what hero agency they went to, what crime they went after. Oh, you're gonna get all their backstory. That's one thing I honestly say. They will give you the backstory of My Hero for sure.
Yeah, I wanna see that in more anime now too.
Oh no,
I
you ain't
think
gonna no, you ain't gonna get that. It's more about action. We need straight action, bro. I don't care about no other person's backstory. I don't care about you crying. I want to
they
see you. I want
so
to see
they
you go
did
down
it.
in tears,
I
bro.
have to bring up this random. Well, it's not random, but it's another anime I like. Summertime Rendering.
Okay.
That one's a good one. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, they that anime is so interesting and how they tied everything together. I literally was watching it thinking like I didn't realize it was a newer anime because I they tricked me so well where I was just like, did I watch this before? Is this deja vu? Like it gives you deja vu while you're watching it. Like that's a very unique anime. Definitely put that on your list if you haven't seen it.
Mm. You hear it first. Tanjiro is a country boy with a good sense of smell. Oh, we know that since episode 1. We know that. We absolutely know that. Yes, we are Zodiacs. LOL. I just had to be real because I ain't know Zodiacs was just a huge plays in anime. I just want to be real. Like I ain't know that was thing, Miss Cristal. Deku barely made it past to the transfer of being able to
Definitely
wield
Black
it. So
Crystal. Black Crystal.
so he's truly lucky. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His body is still not even handled the one for all. He's a hunter and he knows to surround it and using it to his advantage. I just feel like when it comes to Tanjiro now y'all finna get my favorite arc of the end because it's coming up.
We're at the end.
I mean, we're at the part that my favorite scene happened, but my favorite arc is about to happen to pull up. So I just feel like it is what it is. So again, for everybody that's out there that's just upset about emotional things, I just feel like just pack it up and just
and your protagonists don't have to be nice.
They don't pack it up.
They don't have to
Yeah,
always
they
be
don't.
these super nice. Like they feel like they have to always be badasses. You can have nice protagonists as well, as long as they know what they got to do to get the job done. She's just trying to make it a thing. Oh, okay. So Matthew definitely agrees with you.
Mhm.
But one thing we are going to do, because you talked about it earlier, Ro, is that we're going to finish this off by getting into another anime that you love, and that would be Hunter x Hunter.
Killua, the goat.
So Killua was your goat.
I love Killua. It's Sailor Moon, Killua.
Ooh, in that order.
Wait, as a characters or in shows?
Characters.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, dang. I said, hey, it ain't even Hunter x Hunter, bro. It's just a Killua show. I would say that's different. That's different.
I love Killua.
She may have already answered my next question. So if Killua is so loving, because I'm just going to ask it anyway, so I can go ahead and get yours as well. Mm-hmm. But the next question from Hunter x Hunter, after we talked about it a little bit, was going to ask who your best written protagonist in that show was. But it sounds like your answer is going to be Killua.
Yeah, man, he's been through so much. He's been through so much even before he met Gon, and then just the instant friendship, and then just that, like that's a ride or die friendship right there. And then when they start like button heads and like it, you never lose the love you have for your friend, no matter how much y'all are fighting, or no matter how much y'all may disagree in someone else's like behavior, mindset, or whatever. Like Killua had Gon's back, from the jump, and more so especially in the Chimera Ant arc. Like that, like Killua is a killer. But just as strong and as powerful he is in how he can and he can seriously murder somebody, is how strong he can love his bestie, and like you see that love in how he interacts with his family too. Like the love he has for Alika is incredible. I love Killua. Killua is such a great character. He's my number one character in Hunter x Hunter, hands down.
Out of the entire series. Nice.
Out of the entire series, yes,
Well,
Killua.
I will turn it to you then, sir. Out of the protagonists, do you also think Killua was the best written, or you got somebody else?
I mean, Killua is definitely. I can see why a lot of people like Killua because his family is trained assassins. He definitely been there when it comes to the lava gun. I think the only biggest misconception that a lot of people kind of forgot about is when Gon and Killua had, which she definitely brought up, which I found interesting. That when it came to Killua and Gon, and no, I'm not gonna say Gon because his story is too basic and he's messed up in the mind. But when it comes to Killua and Gon situation, I just feel like when that butt head clashes out, and that whole little moment of peace, both of them, both sides had great point, but it just when you look at Gon was truly angry at that moment, he had 100% right to feel the way how he felt in that moment. And Killua was thinking logically when it comes to the situation, what was going on. So both sides was truly matter in that situation. So that's why in that moment was going on. I could see why people was like with Killua, but I was still more on Gon's side, just a tad bit more. Because it's like, bro, you want me to show peace to a person who done something to my teacher? That's crazy. Who you literally just met. Cool. But I understand it's absolutely diabolical. But that's why I didn't say like gone and stuff like that. I'll say Kurapika. I'm more of a Kurapika person when it comes to the story and the stuff what was going on. Even though they didn't really wrap it up, but we're now getting to the wrap up of part of the story and the manga and that aspect stuff. But I was kind of more into his side to know what's going on with the spiders, how he really feel. Because on the outside, you know, you get this nice, lovey, happy person until he heard about the spiders. His whole just demeanor, his whole life and everything just changed. And then he get this, his whole nin ability is just legit the definition of it's only used for spiders and nobody else. And if I use it on somebody else, I'm basically sacrificing myself and nin. But I don't really have to use nin to beat you though. That's how badass I look at Kurapika. He's really that much of a crazy story written character. So I will legit go with him because he has a great validation for everything how to feel. And we still have to learn truly what happened into the end. So I just want that's one of the things I said I want more, but good luck. So
Yeah, I would
There's
say
so much depth though in the characters. I guess the way I think about these characters too and how they kind of, you know, evolved and things, it's like you've got Gon. He came from, even though he didn't grow up really with his dad or his mom, he came from a happy home. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go find my
So
deadbeat dad.
right. Like just, you know, living life. But and then when he's actually approached or when a terrible death is actually in his face, total 10,000% crash out. You know,
He
meanwhile
don't care.
then you have Killua who has had, you know, I won't say he came from a happy family, but he did come from an entire family. And but you know, torture, he's had just so much shit happen to him. And then, you know, but still able to love, you know, have a bestie and love your bestie so hard from coming from a family of, you know, betrayal, lies, torture, all types of crazy shit. Karapika losing everyone he freaking knows, but still being able to like find friendship in these strangers, but also, you know, staying true to his mission. And then you've got Leorio. Um, yeah, I feel like
He's
they
just
need
there.
to, yeah,
I think you just
he's
need that emotional support frame, which I feel like he's there for.
I didn't read the manga, but I did hear he's like one of the most powerful people, I think, in the manga. I think.
he's pretty powerful.
Correct. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. But like I don't we didn't really get enough of his backstory, but I really love Leorio and how he just kind of like, you know, was the big brother to the rest of them, especially Gon.
Right. And another thing that the manga also does is they actually show Kite way before the Chimera Ant arc in
Did they?
like the
Okay, I was
manga.
confused.
Because yeah. But yeah, the thing about it, it's hard to pick Leorio just for the fact that they don't show him enough to really, you know, compared to everybody else as far as what they're going through for me to say he's the best written. I mean, he's a good character.
Yeah.
You know, he's loyal. You know, he's probably the nicest out of all of them. Definitely say that. You know, people can make the argument that Gon went on his villain arc for like a second, decided to let hatred consume him for a little bit. Lord knows Karapika, who lost everything, and you see, especially as you continue to go into it, it looks like he might be starting to let that revenge consume him a little bit. You know, he's like, he's got his eyes on revenge for everybody that I'm lost. It's like his Sasuke starting to show. And, you know, with Kurapika, I mean, not with Kurapika, but with Killua, it's like, from the very beginning, he's the one out of the group that's the assassin.
And yet has so much compassion.
He's the one that's not showing any hatred.
Yeah. But so picture this, like, if looking at how everything happened with Kite, right? And how Gon acted, what if it was Killua? Like, what if the world would be destroyed, okay? Total.
I don't know, because I don't think Killua had that much representation of his father like that.
It depends on who you do. Like,
No, I mean if Killua was the one who died.
Oh.
I'm still saying, I really don't think he won't go that crazy ape shit. I feel like he will, but he's not that crazy ape shit like he was with Kite, because the reason was Kite was after he was gone, he still had resemblance of getting close to his father. That would piss him off super much more than most of the everything else. It would have came with Kite. And then when it came with Killua, I could see what happened, but I don't think it would be that much crazy to us, because then again, the man argued with him after what happened with Kite.
Yeah.
So that says a lot right there. If you're legit, the definition of your best friend is telling you, yo, calm down, don't forget, we had to go to get blah 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 with something, and he just like, oh, okay, well, I never know you felt up against this way about Kite anyways. And then he just like, damn, wait a minute, I was just
the way they animated some of those moments where Killua was just like, you really,
right, and then he swallowed it and just
really think like I don't love you the way, what are you really talking to me like this?
Look, we all know if you really want to see Killua go on his villain arc, kill Gon.
Yeah, absolutely, we'll see that. But I still stand on it. I legit
it's like, I feel like people forget Killua's whole thing is just like, oh, I fucks with you, so I'm gonna just
he just went along. He was okay with being a sidekick. He was just like, no, whatever you got going on.
He's like, cool. You want to go to Greed Island and you want to go fight some chimeras? Cool. I'm down. Cool. Like, that was his entire reasoning for doing anything. You're cool. I like you. We're friends. I'm not doing anything else. Sure, we can go on an adventure. And which is exactly why when at the end, when he decided to go with Alika, it's just like, hey, you know what? Love you, bro, but I'm gonna kick it with my sister for a little bit, and I'm going on an adventure with her. We'll be back. I'll see you again soon. Like that. I don't know. It's just the way they kind of like animated Killua, built him up, his kind of chill guy demeanor, but also like, I'm a ride or die for my friends and my family, the ones I actually love and care about. I just love how they did it. He's just such a great character. And Godspeed Killua.
He did let it get to him there at the end of the Hunter exam though, which is why Gon had to wake up and it's like, hey, where Killua at? It's like, yeah, he kind of caught a body and he ain't here.
Right. Like, I do got these hands. I do murder sometimes. Gon like forgot about that. Like, oh, all right.
Gon whole mentality is, I want you to do something to me so I can purposely put my hands on you.
Give me a reason, please.
That's literally Gon. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, there is legit an episode where he was fighting these two creatures in the forest, and he recognized the difference between those two. No, actually, I could take another one. There was a chameleon, and he asked him. He was like, "Bro, you're so nice to me. Like, why are you so nice to me?" He was like, "Oh, don't worry, man. I just look at everybody else a piece of the way. But honestly, I actually wanted you to give me a reason so I can actually kill you." And I was just like, "What? Hold on, hold on. Wait. And this is how you know his mentality's so messed up, because the animation arc just changed and his eyes doesn't even just have a light, it's just straight black. Yeah, he's serious, bro. Like, that's Gon is the definition of, I want you to do something to me so I can purposely do something back to you. And the whole journey was literally, I want to find my father, and if you have something that piece apart about my father, I want to, you're gonna be nice and dear to my heart. So that's why I just be looking at like.
But then he also chooses to like not really like go with his father. He had all the opportunity to do it, and he was just like, no, I'm good. We'll see each other when we see each other. We'll talk when we talk. Like, I'm good. Like, because he wanted to do everything kind of on his own terms, even when it was like presented to him and just, kind of on a silver platter. But one of my favorite moments in Hunter x Hunter is when Leorio punched Jing. I love that. I was literally like, yes, Leorio, he deserved that. You deadbeat dad ass motherfucker.
This whole thing is like, I get that you have this game where it's like, hey, catch me if you can, but now your son is in the hospital and he might not even make it through the night. And he's just like,
that
look,
whole room turned on him was great.
I got a question. Why haven't you gone seen your son yet?
Right. Right. Like, he's like, kind of dead, right? Like, you're not even gonna go see him? No.
Punched him. It raised him in the polls for something he wasn't even trying to go.
Leorio
he wasn't even running, and he went up in the polls.
That whole arc within the arc was very interesting. Like, I feel like they could have probably dived in a little deeper there too.
Oh no, there's a lot of things. They just literally just gave us a definition of a pull, a big pull in that arc. Biggest leg pull, one of the biggest leg pull they ever did in this entire thing. So we all know about the Gon Pedo thing.
Mm-hmm.
We all know about that. We don't got to go back and forth with the king and go on that whole thing.
Yeah, the fact that they never fought.
Yes, that was the biggest leg pull of the entire arc. Absolutely.
Oh, what Meruem not
and Gon?
Yeah,
they never
Meruem
fought.
Gone, and I still stand on that. Meruem was slick. Shouldn't ended the way how he should it. I still stand 10 toes feet on that.
It was weak.
It was weak. You went out like you weak. I saw a lot of eyes. Look here. I don't care what nobody say. I am a fan of antagonists. All right. I saw a man playing a person entire life when you was a kid. All right. I saw a person legit went into your family house and said, "Screw your family, come after me." I saw it all. Right. The man woke up off his mother. I was like, "Ooh, okay. I see the vibe. All right." Walk into one of the most highest protected facility in one of the most high security in the country. I forgot where he was at, but he took over the place. It was very Catholic, but he took over. He used his people and took over that entire space. Your heart turned into a person because of a blind person you couldn't beat in a game.
I mean,
and no, zodiac sign does not play into this. So no, don't bring no zodiac sign in this.
If you're the most powerful creature and then you were presented with something that you could not overpower, like, then I feel like then that doesn't necessarily, and it's not even in battle tactics. It's a battle tactic, but it's not even like, it's not a test of strength type thing. It's like, I get where they were kind of going with it. Like, I get that Komugi was like this crutch for Meruem.
The biggest no for me was the fact of he went up against the most powerful nin user, and he was like, "If you beat me, I'll tell you your name." And I was like, "Dog, you could have known your name after you did that to your mom. Like, you could have been known your name if you would have acted the way." What are you talking about?
Of the importance of having a name at that time. Like, they had to do some character arc with the antagonist too.
You gave yourself a name when you got out of there, so it didn't even matter what your mother named you.
Speaking of that fight with Meruem, if he was younger, do you think that fight would have been completely different?
The fight between who? Meruem and shoot, what is his name?
Yeah, no, I'm drawing a blank on his name. But obviously he's a lot older now. I'm saying, like, if he was younger, like if he was in his prime.
No, I have to, like,
I would say,
I'm like, how did I forget Netero?
Netero, yeah, Netero was in his prime.
But he said that they had already said that, like, oh, if Netero was in his prime, he would have washed him. But I feel like, I don't, memory probably is not serving me right, but I feel like there was a part where Netero was like, I would still have a hard time, because like they resorted to freaking nuclear weapons
with the poison gas inside of him.
Yeah.
And that's how he went out.
The way Meruem died was
weak. Oh, he came out. Oh, I'm gonna get my soldiers, gave me their power, and then I'm gonna go. Now I got this poison. Now somehow I resurrected myself, gave me a little less more time. I'm gonna go ahead and see this girl one more time, poison her too while we play this game, and we're gonna fall together.
I mean, radiation is just no joke. Like, I mean, the realism of it was.
We're just gonna fall together. You know what I'm saying? Right here, right now. I love you, girl. I love you. You know I love you. Hey, girl, you know I love you. I don't care if you blind. I don't care if I ever win. Yeah, I just love you. I love you because I never beat you. That's crazy. I'm like,
I mean, I think Komugi is a villain in my book. Komugi is like, I don't. Komugi's not a hero. Komugi is
Not a,
like if someone showed up to the villain's ball as Komugi, I
you
accept.
would be okay with it.
Yep, I'd be okay with that.
Okay. Well, last question from Hunter x Hunter before we can start wrapping up here. You know that Gon and Killua had a couple of trainers throughout the series. Who was your favorite?
I mean, I love a biscuit. I love a biscuit, but
I love a biscuit.
biscuit. I like biscuit. Who else? I mean, if I had to pick like a favorite, I guess my favorite probably would be biscuit. I mean, you know, Kite. Yes. I mean, Kite. Ugh.
Kai had a dumb nin ability. That shit was not gonna work 24/7. His nin ability was luck. I don't know how the hell he survived that long. I saying it. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
The brothers though, they I really liked their training arc too. Crap, what are their names?
Are you talking about the Karate Master Pizza?
Yeah.
That was at the tournament. I know you're talking about. I just don't know their name.
Oh, I gotta have their names. Crap. What are their names? He had the counter.
He's on the Google machine.
I know, I have to.
Merriman was the weakest out of all the cataclysm for the dark. Yes, absolutely. Tagoro would never go out that way.
Who?
Tagoro would never.
Tagoro. Come on. You know Tagoro would never. He would never go out the way how Merriman would out. He would never. He took out his own love. Tagoro would never.
Let's see.
Yeah, he seems like, hey, he might not have wanted to do it, but he
did it. He still did it. What did he say, Kendrick? I get on the ass, man. Somebody got to do it.
He still got to see her one last time.
Oh yeah. Man. Oh no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, yeah, so about that. No hard feelings for that, right?
Aizen would never. Madara would never.
I mean, yeah.
What's his name from Death Note? Would never. Light would never. What? He would never. Never. He got rid of his own bitch. He would never. Did you see what I'm saying? What? Hey, yo, these antagonists. That's what I say. Antagonists nowadays. I need some more backbone in y'all. I need a little more.
Oh, Knuckles. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I had to go back. I'm like, why?
You're good. You're good.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
No, so
are you still sticking with Biscuit as your favorite?
Yeah, it's like it's not necessarily like they're just all so different. That's why it's like but Biscuit was the most fun. Biscuit was just interesting.
Okay, and that's really what it is, because they all taught them different things, so we're not really comparing like what they taught them, just who'd you like more.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even though Gon took Biscuit move, forced his body to be an adult, literally. Forced down, literally forced it into Biscuit's side. Biscuit saw it before. She was like, wait a minute, if I just put a little bit more nanits in him, maybe he has a great potential in the future. Man, imagine just getting, hey yo, imagine being Pito in the forest and you legit to see Gon just using all his force against you, bro. It's KO, bro. Like, bro, at least y'all not thinking like Pito when she got Rocket was just like, oh, thank you. At least when he used his nin ability, he won't use it ever again. I'm just like, you never watch Anime 101. He gonna get it back somehow. It's gonna be stupid, but it's gonna be somehow. You know how they go. They're gonna let the protagonist let them not have nin forever. That's how it works.
Yeah,
this ain't Avatar Korra.
But I'm willing to bet by the time it's over.
I know he's gonna get his nin back for something.
But yes, that was the last anime question, Roquois. But the last actual question is the one we asked to all of our guests, and that is, how are you feeling tonight? Because we have made it to the end.
I'm feeling good. I really do. I feel good. I feel like we talked about so much stuff. I feel like I got to share like the 20 million things I've got going on. We got to talk about some of my favorite anime. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling? How are you guys feeling?
Well, like I said, it was a long day. I did 2 podcasts today, but my main concern or is always to make sure that our guests had a good time, that they enjoyed their time, because that's what we do this for. Not only to share content with the rest of the world, but to make sure that any guests we have on is able to shine, show themselves, but more importantly, have fun with the people that they sit down with.
Yeah. Look, I would love to come back on in the future. And
Apparently, we got a 3-on-3 that
yeah,
has to be that.
definitely.
Hey, if y'all want to burn and boil in a seat, it don't matter, bro. It does not matter. If y'all just want to sit there and just be cooking, by all means, come back and just burn.
So
I'm
we
here
need to
for it.
have a podcast, like the 3-on-3 battle, and then we need to like meet up in person and cosplay or something, have a cosplay battle or something.
Wait, cosplay photo. Wait a minute. Now
I
this is
mean,
getting
we
this is
can
dimensional.
we might have to take a trip to Maryland or something.
Wait a
for
minute. This
that.
is
Do that up
alternate.
at the studio.
This is alternate universe you're talking. Speaking now. Wait a minute.
I know, right?
Wait a minute.
We're gonna do Cartoon Network cosplays versus Nickelodeon.
See, nah. That'd be y'all. That'd be too strong. That's too strong. That's too strong. Too much leeway over here. Y'all gonna be upset. It's too much. Y'all not ready for it.
You don't want that.
It's too much leeway. Too many shows. Too many iconics. We got too many Emmys over here too. Y'all not ready.
Look, or we can make it simple. We could do the Powerpuff Girls and the Rowdy Rough Boys. Like,
Okay, so who's gonna be Mojo to get stomped on?
This is just some random person.
I'm right, some random.
Somebody gotta get stomped on.
Yeah, that.
Her
Somebody
business partner could be Mojo.
Okay.
Would he? Honestly, I don't know. I don't think he would want to be put in the situation where he's like getting.
Leave me out of this.
Okay, if I'm Rowdy Rough Boy, I gotta be red. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I gotta be my boy. You gotta give me red. The light skin energy is there. It's right there. I gotta grab it. It's my boy.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows Rowdy Rough Boys are my boys. Absolutely. I love that episode. Don't care. Anybody can get their hands. But I appreciate chat for literally rocking with us for this entire night. You know what I'm saying? Coming in, not afraid to speak with on their mind. I like that. You feel me? Just don't come in here up speaking of zodiac signs, because that does not work over here.
He feels some type of way about zodiac.
Black Crystal, he's coming for you.
Please don't speak zodiac signs out here talking about, oh, he's a Taurus. That's
why
he acts that way.
I felt the wavelength between them tonight on this thing, and
it's weird.
They can continue after that. In fact, I'm about to see some of these messages I've been getting in my DMs while we were doing that. I'll check all those out.
I'm just saying, if a person just assumes a zodiac sign is a person's personality, the entire show is crazy. It's crazy. Crazy.
Everybody has their own right to feel how they want, though.
That's crazy.
But you guys are great.
Roquois, is there anything left that you would like to say before we get out of here?
Follow Plus Ultra online, Plus Ultra Entertainment. We have so many events coming up. We're about to hop, literally, like not this weekend, but next weekend, we're starting cherry blossom season. So we've got Cherry Blossom Festival events, we've got Sakura Matsuri Festival events, Awesome Con, so many things happening. Please, if you guys ever want to work with us or collaborate, please let us know. Please hit us up, slide in our DMs. I've got new music coming out this year. I'm hopefully have at least 6 or 7 songs coming out this year. So I will let you yell at me to make sure I am
Powerline
putting out stuff. So I've got originals, and then I'm gonna sneak in the covers and stuff too. So I'm trying to stick with that. I'm really trying to make sure this year I'm focusing a lot of like on my own passions, as well as like doing all the other stuff, because it always kind of falls under the wayside a little bit, because I'm just, there's so much I want to accomplish, but I need to put myself first sometimes. So I'm working on that. But yeah, follow me. Follow Roquois at ROQUOIS on everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. Please check out some of my old projects. I've got some new stuff on the way. Follow my fashion account, My Studio Couture, on Instagram. We've got a couple of fashion events coming up this year that I'm really excited about. And yeah, just support us, support the this amazing podcast, support all of y'all that are like on the podcast and really doing your thing. Help them get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, monetize this. Like, let's make a living doing the amazing work that we're doing. Like, hell yeah. All the things.
All the things. You know what? I can't think of anything better than that, sir. Is there anything you would like to say to anybody before we get out of here?
Cool. Now I got the spotlight on me. I was waiting for this moment. I was waiting for this moment my whole life. Thank you. No quiet, no silent on air. Here we go. Now, first of all, Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 is about to happen tomorrow. So if you're ready for your boy to walk into this ugly, nasty, crazy, disgusting creator of a damn stuff factory of Sesame Street's Muppets, all that stuff is about to go down tomorrow on my Twitch tomorrow. So get ready. Me and Poppy are about to do some experience. So yes, I'm not done. I gotta go in that factory to finish what I gotta do. So make sure you done that. I have been recording a couple of skits today. I definitely recorded some one-take scenes. So these songs that I definitely about to have. So get ready for that to be definitely popping out. I was gonna release another, but I'm not gonna have y'all in y'all feelings. It's springtime. We don't need to be in our feelings right now. But I enjoy to get y'all in your feelings because every time I drop it, y'all just like, please, another more feeling song. But I said, nah, I'm gonna be happy this time. So I'm gonna release a happy song when I give it to you. Okay, that's the only turn the pen. And finally, and overall, make sure everybody loves your family. Make sure you call your mom. Make sure you call your brother. Make sure you talk to your sister. Anybody in your family member that you know right now, make sure you love them, hold them, squeeze them, and tell them how much you love and feel, because they could be here today and then be gone tomorrow. And one more final thing. It's the one thing I like to do before we go. We got a recommendation when it comes on to your boy, because your boy been on some shows lately. Oh yeah. What have I, this guy, have been watching for any shows of this entire freaking way of anime, cartoons, regular movies, you name it. I told y'all what I've been watching today, and he's gonna watch as soon as we get off of here. So make sure y'all watching. I'm pretty sure y'all wasn't in theaters about it, but for the people who has not seen it, my recommendation is Inside Out 2. Because it is a really amazing, phenomenal Pixar movie. It is a great, relatable thing for a lot of people who has an anxiety. So make sure you guys go in and tune into that, because it plays an absolutely great role from a teenager right to puberty into adult life. And they say so many great quotes in there that is super relatable. And I'm about to take one of those quotes and put it on my board, because they said a lot in there that's super relatable and a lot of adults can even get into too. So make sure you come into Inside Out 2. Go ahead, check that out. Right? If you don't have Disney Plus, do not pirate it. If you're gonna pirate it, then you're broke. Stop that. Go literally go to your phone company, right? And then link your account, because you can literally pay it from them. It's really free if you really have your link account over there, because you're paying a part of your phone bill. So make sure you're doing that. You feel me? I'm putting you on game.
Can I make a recommendation too?
Oh, okay. My hands up. Go for it.
The Wild Robot is so good. Go watch that.
Hello. Wow.
It came out like a week after Inside Out 2. It's good. Go watch it. And also, it's Women's History Month. Go tell a Black woman you're proud of her.
See? Boom. Bow. Hello.
There it is. We've been telling you we're proud of you for the past 3 hours. So
I know. Now we gotta tell all the other amazing Black women and women of color that they're incredible.
absolutely. And we're going to keep doing it, and not just this month, but all year round, because that's how it works, especially when we have the boss in the area who is doing big things and vast things going on. And you know what? Continue to be out there and continue to be great. And guys, I appreciate you guys coming out here and hanging out with us this week on the Podcast Is Real. As usual, you can follow us on all social media platforms at the Podcast Is Real, whether it's social media platforms. We also, every Monday, these things go up on Spotify, on Amazon Music, on Apple Podcasts. So basically, anywhere that you want to get your taste of us, you can get your taste of us. Obviously, as we always do around Monday or so, we will give you the information on who our next guest will be. We definitely want to appreciate the very multi-talented superhero Roquois for coming out and hanging out with us. Because like I said, very, very, very grass. So we will see you next time, guys, here on the Podcast Is Ooh. That happened. We will see you next time, guys, on the Podcast Is Real. I can tell you this. The mic might be steady, but the podcast is real, and that's all that matters. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.